Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Something special happened today. I got green lights all the way, with no big red sign to stop me, no traffic jam delay. See, I was driving over the moon in my big hot air balloon, floating high into the darkness. I hope I get there soon. There's so many things to do. So many people I need to talk to. And they've all been waiting for me. Well, I gotta make it through. Something special happened today. I got green lights all the way, with no big red sign to stop me. No traffic jam today. Thank my stars for every green. You have no idea what it means. No, no. To a man who's always traveling, who's seen the things that I've seen. I don't know what's yet to come. Not sure of anything that I've done really makes that much a difference. Well, I hope it has for some. Something special happened today. I got green lights all the way, yeah, with no big red sign to stop me. No traffic jam today. Well, I was driving over the moon, in my big hot air balloon, floating high up in the darkness. I promise that I'll make it to you very soon. Something special happened today.
What's going on? What's going on? I'd like to welcome everybody back. Seeing the people in the chat. You know, by the way, yeah, I got the picture looking a lot better. I know. Been working on it. Been in the lab with a pen and a pad trying to get this damn label off. I finally got the picture quality looking better. There's still a few more things I need to get to make it all the way right, but this is definitely work-wittable. But as usual, shout out, salute to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early, dropping comments before the show even gets started. I've been playing with these mic settings too because I've been sounding a little muffled. This mic can get better performance. I just gotta figure out what I'm doing. And I don't need that because I reckon y'all can hear me. I'm about to take the not old school, but the previous method of seeing how you sound is that little circle beeping right there. Okay, the circle is bouncing. I see I got super chats coming in, so let me get the shout outs to the early birds in out the way bright and early. I want to get rid of that little, like when I move, it got to refocus. I got rid of that last night. But no big deal. Everything going good. Y'all don't need to know all my pre-production shit. Anyway, Keith Wisdom in the building. He's answering the title question. He says, probably not. Hence the reason why you guys never married or got divorced. That's a really good point. A lot of times, if two people, the relationship wasn't effective, the co-parenting ain't going to be effective. They couldn't stay married. They couldn't make it work while married. They probably not going to make it work co-parenting. That really depends on, in the event that, you know, in the marriage, it was just a matter of two good people disagreeing and they just came to an amicable agreement and understanding that it's better for them to be separated and they're going to generally do the right thing for the children. But we talking about black people. So, yeah. Just tolerate and manage the best you can. You got your way, she got hers. Oh, shit. Yeah. For the most part, no, Mr. Shane Vicious says. Y'all came in giving y'all opinion on the title pretty hard and heavy. He says most of these couples really shouldn't have had kids to begin with. Third World Colombian in the building. He says, answer the title of your live stream. Hail to the no, no, no. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are coming up. Brian Randall in the building says, "What's up, everybody?" Soul Provider in the building. I didn't even realize you had a channel, Soul Provider. I'm late to the party with you too. I saw saw your interview with Ramil. So salute to you. Salute to you. It says millennials and gens won't be having kids like that anyway. Main thing will be co-parenting is dogs and social media. Dark Knight mentality in the building. Salute. Chief BD in the building. What's up? What's up? Dark Knight mentality. He says, well, I've been divorced 2 years and my ex and I are co-parenting. I guess the question is, what do you mean by effectively? Good shit. Good points. Can't argue with those points. What do you mean by effectively? Mr. Shane Vicious in the building. Sitting there trolling ARC, I see. Excalibur, salute Brian Randall once again. So check this. I was in Walmart. This black couple was arguing. She gonna tell him, "You want? Are you serious?" The high value thing is spreading like that to where motherfuckers in Walmart dropping it into arguments. You got to be kidding me. That's wild. Like that's legitimately wild right there. Like I know it's spreading. I've seen it on Facebook in groups and all kind of places where, far as I know, Kevin Samuels really don't be. Even Kevin Samuels said that you're hearing high value being talked about in places that he don't even frequent. You're hearing it talked about there. So yeah, that's wild. That is definitely wild. That is just growing like that. That's what I said. He's creating his own sector, his own sphere with different words and terminology, and he create the terms, define them, and set the terms and conditions of the conversation. That's when you truly got your own sector, your own sphere, so to speak. Like that's deep. That's deep. Who else we got in here? Damn, I gotta get to these super chats. Trying to shout out people, which y'all making good comments. I'm just trying to run through it real quick. Killmatic in the building, Byron Randall, Body Thugs, Ty City in the building, the Logic Sphere said, I hope Just Zero joins this conversation. I do too. I really hope he does. And I skipped down and saw a David Monroe comment. He's somebody who pop in my head when I have these type of conversations, because he said something, I thought he was just some heartless, soulless bastard at one point, but then he said some deep shit, and I was like, whoa, as far as the co-parenting thing, he was like, if I'm having to go to her to get my kids, if I have to go through the system to get my kids, if I'm having to do all of this to get my kids, I have to have this much hassle in pursuit of relationship and access to my kids, are they really my kids? Clearly, they're her kids. Clearly. That's non-negotiable. They're clearly her kids, but are they mine? That was deep. That was deep. And speaking of the hood servitors, he said, can you drive a car with 2 steering wheels and 2 drivers? Driver's training. Wait, no, there's no extra steering wheel. There's an extra brake. Almost had you. I almost had you. Hell, they need to put an extra steering wheel on some of them driver's training cars. Yeah, they need an extra steering wheel for real. Oh man, we in here. Damn, we 14 minutes in. Oh yeah, the intro. And I still wait like 2 minutes before I get things booted up. So damn, I'm trying to figure out how is we 14 minutes in already. Somebody already came through with a super chat. Appreciate that. Big Biscuit 2005 sent $10 super chat for you saving my weekend mornings. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. All right, all right. Let's see. Okay, running through it quick. Y'all quit making good comments. I ain't even gonna read yours. Okay, I'm reading it. Damn. He said, if affected means raising a child into being a productive member of society, then yes, it's possible. However, Black men should view co-parenting as failure. It is not the goal in the community. Good shit. Good shit. Good shit. All right. Uh, all right. Skipping down. Melody, thank you for the super chat. She said, really in love with this intro. I think I already told you last week. Yep, you did. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat, and thank you for the compliments on the intro. Somebody criticized. Okay, I ain't even getting into that. There's some funny shit. Before I get into the topic, I gotta explain some funny shit that happens because I can't see all the comments. But thank you, Melody, for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked the intro. I'm really proud of it. SKC is the man. I'm going to make a separate video with the intro and do some. I'm gonna put it there so people can just click on it and watch it. I know. Actually, I'm going to make it the featured video on my channel when people come to it. I want everybody to see it. I'm real proud of it. SKC killed it. Okay, he says by Barty Thug in the building with a super chat. He says by nature, co-parenting is inefficient at best and ineffective at worst by the data. How'd you thought on that data part? A good marriage beats most effective co-parenting every time. That part is true, but there's data that shows that co-parenting, when there's if there was a marriage, kids who are the kids, the aftermath, the carnage, the debris after a divorce, their outcomes are not that much different from kids who, parents were married and stayed together. So it is something about kids born into an ideal situation. It is something about that where, it generally will work and make for, kids to be raised better. Let's just say if the kid had two parents in the household, two parents who agreed with each other, worked together, and conducted themselves in a way that was conducive to building a happy family and productive kids, and then they separate when the kid is 10, but then try to co-parent afterwards. Those kids tend to have outcomes similar, not as good, but similar to the kids that were born into a marriage. So even something can be said about the failed marriages that they do still yield better results than baby mamaism. That's worth pointing out in this conversation. But all right, there, I'm gonna call it there. Oh shit, got another super chat coming through. You can co-parent as long as you don't have a kid with one of these old mamas. Shout out to X in his brilliant voiceover work. I've been advertising him too. Yeah, I need to contact him. Yeah, I need an intro. Even if you don't let SKC make you a little mini movie, the part where X talked about the part where X, did the little introduction, the grown man hour with your host, my man. Like that part right there. Yeah, just get X to do that. And I also would be remiss if I didn't point out that Obsidian is definitely good at knocking those intros out the park. He said that one he did for me, he said he just went to the mic and just freestyled it one quick rip. And so we need to use the talent. People got good talent. Some people got good voiceover talent. Some people got good video editing talent. We got to use it. So we got to use it. Satusphere. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me not click on it. Hey, hold on. Okay. I told y'all with this 32-inch widescreen that I got pushed kind of far back. I'm gonna have to adjust my setup. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Either got to bring the monitor forward somehow, but not let it be in the shot of the camera so I can see it a little better. Because comments, I can see them, but I have to really struggle to see them. So that makes me just, not pay. I already was bad at watching the chat, but it's made me not pay even less. It made me pay even less attention to the chat. All right. So, and after the video uploads, it takes like a day or sometimes 2 days for the comment section to actually upload. Not the comment section, the live chat to upload. So to my original video when I cammed up, I finally went back and to read what people was live chatting when I was cammed up because I couldn't see it. You motherfuckers are funny. Somebody said the candle sphere. Like, when I had the little box on my face, yeah, I said the fucking BT 1000 tracking system. Somebody said the Terminator was targeting me, assessing me to see if I was a threat. Judge Zilla, ignorant ass, talking about, hey man, I think your intro needed some black people in it. Needed just a few more black people. Yeah, Judge, we working on that. I'm getting with SKC. We're gonna see if we can get some more black people into the intro. But Newton said the goddamn Satusphere. You motherfuckers is crazy. Mr. Shane Vicious in the building with another super chat. He said, if the mother is white, you can make co-parenting work. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get to the chopper. You motherfuckers is funny, though. Yeah, man. I finally got the square. The missile target is off me. Missile target is off the face. I'm good. But all right. Oh, shit. I mean, Kevin Samuels and Bernard Riley, a.k.a. the Black Candle Sphere. Hey, people said I have 4 candles. This isn't a candle. This is a lamp. That's what that is. That's a lamp. I thought it was going to illuminate the background a little different. But it's a lamp that's made to look like a rock. It looked like a rock, but it's a lamp. So, no, I don't got 4 candles. That would be overkill. 4 candles will be overkill. I can agree with y'all on that. But the candles I got, they some cool candles because it's a fire inside. Wait, that one is damn near dying. But it's a whole damn fire inside there. It ain't just like one little flame blowing. It's it comes up like a fire. I thought it was some cool shit. And y'all can't hear it, but it's like a crackling, like a goddamn, like a log cabin, you know, like you can hear like the, I can't make the noise. But you know how it sounds when the wood is burning? That's how it sounds. It's like made to sound like that and kind of look like that. You can't really see it, but I thought it was pretty damn cool. Went with the ambiance of the show, you motherfuckers talking all that shit. All right. Let's get into it. What am I see? I go to fucking around with y'all and I forget the topic. Forget my own damn topic. But yeah, so can black men and black women effectively co-parent together? And a lot of people alluded to some of the things that I wanted to talk about. The failed relationship is first and foremost. All right, let's look at that shit because men get the title of deadbeat. And I'm sitting there, I've been analyzing this. And I've been critical of men that have come off as deadbeats or look like deadbeats. And I've been pumping the brakes on that lately because when the relationship fails to some degree by default, the man is potentially put in a deadbeat category. Because the woman, damn near by default, the relationship fails, they were never married. It's her kid. She has the power. He has to do shit to get access. So did he really, is it a situation where he left the family? Why are they walking out on their children? No, it was a failed relationship. It was a failed relationship. And if the laws are set up that if the relationship failed, a woman by default has the kid, then what we're talking about is not a man who left his family. Are we talking about a failed relationship? That's what we're talking about. Now, I'm going to talk about later on how there's some things that a man can do. I think when the two of you are on good terms, a man should go down there and get her to sign over rights to him while they're on great terms. That's some next level, use the system to your advantage type shit. Now some of them are smart and they're going to suspect it. So you're going to take your L probably. But some of them, on good terms, if you can catch them in a little post baby with their man bliss, even though you're a man, you're planning for the future. You see the storm coming where she don't. You could yeah, possibly go and get that straightened out. Go and get the custody situation set up, the right signed over, however that has to work. Go and do that before, while shit is on good terms. When the baby is 3 weeks fucking old, go do it. That's one thing. Shout out to Hood Conservative said relationships don't fail, people do. I'm sitting there choking on water. I choked. That wasn't Corona. Got another cash app. Hey, I've been going heavy on the cash apps, man. It'd be funny as hell when somebody cough in public nowadays, even with a mask on. Hood Conservative in the building. Says for great rebirth of the grown man hour. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Where was I? Yeah, so Hood Conservative. That's funny. I read your comment right when your Cash App came through. It says relationships don't fail, people do. That's very true. A lot of truth to that. And yeah, like I was saying, what ends up happening is that the shit failed, the shit don't work out. By default, the kids are hers. They're with her. They've separated. They always say men, the man left the home. I hate that term. The fathers are not in the home, as if wherever the woman lay her hat is the home. What do you mean the father is not in the home? No, the woman and the kid is not in the home, goddammit. What happened to that? So that's one little thing. I hate I hate our language with a lot of this shit. I do. I really do hate our language with a lot of this shit. Father's not in the home. And I've been guilty. I've used that language. So I even want to change the language, not the father is not in the home, the mother and the kid is not in the home. That's how we need to look at it. The mother and the child are not in the home. Somebody else came through with a Cash App. What up, Pablo? I see you. New, keep dropping $20 every day. He says for the 60-inch monitor. God damn it, you're gonna make me buy it. I've been holding off on that. I've spent a lot of money getting the technology together up in here. And I think I finally got it. But I was like, I don't even want to buy nothing else. But I might do that. And then I'll still use this monitor, because in that way I'll be able to have the StreamYard feed up and the YouTube feed up. And then when bullshit go to happening in the chat, I do got a big ass screen where I'm able to look right and see what's going on. I'll be able to watch the chat a lot better and be able to watch the StreamYard feed, because when you're doing StreamYard, you can't watch YouTube. You can, but you shouldn't, because it's always a delay. So you'll be watching yourself saying something, but then, your lips moving and no words are coming out, it'll throw you off. But yeah, thanks, New. I appreciate it, man. Big time supporter there. I appreciate that. Let me put the Cash App right there. I think most of the people that hit the Cash App already know what the Cash App is, but there it is right there. Melody normally drop it in the chat. I picked up a new Patreon too from some, I don't even know who it is. I saw the email. I got to go dig up and find out who that is so I can add him to the Patreon list. But hit that like button on the way in. Let people know that we in here, that we in the building. Let's get it. Where was I? I was talking about the guess I'm a confused face. I was talking about, so it starts with that relationship failing, and the laws are set up to where even when, if the man don't go through all kind of extra steps in preventative measures to make sure that he don't end up in a weak position. And it don't matter with race. It ain't see the white man controlling. If black men controlled the damn system, most of them are some liberal motherfuckers who would make it the same damn way. So I don't even play the white man game with this, because it's rich white Republicans who got politicians in their back pocket who may very well agree with us on all these points, and they can't just change the system like that overnight. Or maybe they don't want it to change. Who knows? Who knows? It's some nuance there. But either way it goes, the little guy on the ground is limited in what he can do. He can vote politicians in who have a similar view of him, but are those politicians going to do something about it? You know? It seems as if it's a lot of rich men who don't give a fuck about paying half, and they're the ones that got to pay half. You know, a lot of us regular guys will end up not having to fork over half of our money. We take some L's. I took some L's. Don't get it twisted. I was just a regular guy making regular money when I went through divorce. I took L's. So yes, we still take some L's. I still had to end up paying her some money. And some people would look at the amount and say, "Oh, that's not a lot," but for a regular income earning dude, yes, it is. Yes, it is a lot. So yeah, we still take L's. We still take L's. That much is not, that's not really not up for debate. When me and her were separating, I did everything I could to try to make the situation as comfortable as possible for her, because I understood she didn't work the last 3 years of our marriage. So, and I was the one wanting the divorce. So when I was leaving her, everything I had, I was already splitting it in half with her to make, just to give her time, to help her out, give her time so she can, pick her pieces up. She was a capable, functional person. She can make decent money. She just hadn't worked in a while, which was okay. But I went through the process of doing everything I could to try to make it easy with her, to where I ultimately, spent like $10,000, trying to do everything I could to get her right. I paid off, she had a truck note and some other shit. I paid off that shit. I paid off, I finished her car payment. She had a few payments left on her car. I didn't want her on her truck. I didn't want her to have to worry about that. I paid that off. Her business was failing in the toilet, and she was about to lose that, because I said she wasn't working. She was technically working. She was just working a business that wasn't making any money. I didn't believe in the business. The math didn't work. I did the math. I told her the shit wasn't gonna work, but she believed in it. Oh well, whatever. So I paid like a few $1,000s to keep the doors of her business open. I paid up some bills for a long time. This is all as I'm walking out the door. Paid up bills for a long time, for a few months. I paid up a lot of shit to make sure that she was straight. Make sure that she was straight, to just give her time to try to, get a job and get figure out what she about to do, how she about to make her life work out. And then the fuckery of it, as somebody is saying, 10,000. Hold on, we're a grown man business in the building. He says paternity should be mandatory. 1 out of 3 men are victims of paternity fraud. Most don't know. Goddamn. Yeah. We might have to do a show talking about that. I might reach out to you, grown man business. He said 10K is cheap. Well, this is the fuckery in it, though. It would have been okay. It would have been okay. I pulled what little money I had, and keep in mind, the average American is check to check. I think only like 15% of Americans are in a position to where if they got an unintended, out of the blue, $1,000 expense that they just got, it can just reach in their bank account, here, pay it, and not go under. Only like maybe 10-15% of Americans. So be careful when you're just saying 10,000 ain't nothing. But the fuckery in it is that 10,000 after I paid it, to keep in mind, no judge ordered this. This was just money that I paid to try to dot her I's and cross her T's. We live in a small town in Michigan, life cost of living ain't that high. So $10,000 to try to, dot her I's and cross her T's was a lot. But the fuckery is she went to court and pretended like none of that happened and tried to say when me and her, divorced, I just took $20,000 and ran and left. So they tried to make me, so I basically had to pay it to her twice. That was the fuckery. Kindness in my heart. I took everything I had. I had like $20,000. Took everything I had, cut it in half, did everything I could to get her straight. Then when the divorce proceedings went through, I just took $20,000 and ran, and then I ended up having to, pay half of it back to her. That's the fuckery. That's the fuckery that we're in. Even when you're trying to do right, you can still get fucked over by somebody who determined to do wrong. So when I talk about all that amicable agreement shit, that presupposes that there are two, good actors in the position. They're some people are terrorists when it comes to this shit. And I don't want to hear nothing about 10,000 ain't nothing, 20,000 ain't nothing. For regular folks, it is. For regular middle America, blue collar brothers, yes, the fuck it is. We can put on our Kevin Samuels hat and do the high value man. We can front all we want. High value men are rare. As the way he defines it, they're rare. Only 10% of men make the financial cut. Then it's all kind of other factors in it that probably will knock it down to 5%. So, and the moral of the story that people don't catch, just to segue in Kevin Samuels, one moral of the story that people don't catch is that, high value man is rare, but one true moral of the story is that people, the moral of the story that you find when you listen to his show is that most of the women don't qualify. That's really the secret sauce of what's going on there. Most women don't qualify for the high value man, and that's the part that people that, like I said, they keep getting gut punched with the truth. So it's not just that high value men are rare; women that qualify are actually rare as well. I'm looking for some comments. I saw something that I wanted to respond to, but it got away. Yep, see, this is new. This is where I need that 60-inch. I'm gonna go on and grab it. I'm gonna have to order it. You can't just walk in Best Buy and there we go. That's what I was looking for. Legal fee alone. Yeah, I wasn't counting legal fees. And I wasn't counting all the child support that I had to pay for the kids that I had more than her during the whole process. Because she had got child support. She got child support even though there was a moment when she was okay. I don't want to talk about this that much. I need to quit doing that. I do need to quit doing that. But there was a moment when she was using the court ordered schedule to manipulate some shit to where they would end up not with me as much as I wanted. But then the second level of the fuckery kicked in, which was fuckery I was okay with because I had my kids. But I was like, hey, I got the kids. They're with me more now. Let's go get rid of this child support. They're eating at my house more. So you're gonna keep taking food off the table that your kids eat at the most? All right, I'm done. I ain't about to go in on that. But yeah, paid thousands of dollars in child support for kids that I was raising. Well, and had them more than the person I was paying child support to. It was a lot of fuckery that added up to way more than $10,000. The legal fees was pretty high. What I had to pay her out was pretty high. The child support was high, and it didn't matter that I had them more than her. So when I say regular guys can get fucked too, they can. So that's why I'm not sold on the argument that, unless you rich, unless you a top 5 or top 10% earner, you don't got to worry about paying half. So why no, it is shit to be legitimately concerned about. It is shit to be legitimately concerned about. But all right. So like I said before, you can make her when shit is on good terms. You can make her get her to sign over the shit to you, sign over the kids to you, sign over the rights. You can try to do all of that when shit is on good terms, because the reality is everything is exactly how she wants it to be when that co-parenting situation happens. Everything is exactly how she wants it to be. That's why I say, that's why I'm changing my position on people that I've called deadbeats, because they will be viewed as a deadbeat. Think about it. The court ordered every other weekend schedule. We talking about 2 days. There's the Wednesday from 5 to 8, a little 3 hour visit. That feel like a damn supervised visit. So the only time you really got them, where you really got them, is every other weekend. But that's 2 out of 14 days. So a man got his kids 2 out of 14 days. I've heard women call that a deadbeat. He just paid child support. If a guy is not getting his kids those 2 out of 14 days, but he's just sending money, that he still get called a deadbeat. So those 2 days don't knock him down from deadbeat status. So to her, she still feel like the single mother, strong, independent, the mother and the father bringing home the bacon and cooking it, even if he got his every other weekend and paying child support. She still got the same rhetoric, but it's exactly how she wanted, though. Because if he went to her and said, all right, hey, I'm about to offer you the ultimate child support. The ultimate child support. Here it is. The absolute 100% ultimate child support. I'm about to give it to you. All right. 1 week with me, 1 week with you. I'm going to support the child for a week. You support the child for another week. And we just alternate and go back and forth. You can't get better child support than that. I would venture to say 90% of women would say no to that arrangement. They would say no to that arrangement, because I understand that a mother has an emotional attachment to the kid. So if he just say, hey, give me the kid, let me raise it. I understand. I'll reach across the aisle and understand why a mother does not want to do that. But if he offers that's why I said, the ultimate child support, where you still got your kid, you still got your motherly attachment, but you can't get more support than 1 week with me, 1 week with you. You can't get more support than that. I'm willing to say 90% would say no, which means they like it exactly the way that it is. So calling a dude a deadbeat is something that they definitely got to pump the brakes on. And I got to catch myself, because I'm quick to call a nigga a deadbeat, because I'm passionate about men raising children. So when I see a dude not really doing what he's supposed to do, I'm liable to hop on his ass about that shit, But it's exactly the way that they want it to be. Because in the face of a change or a difference being presented to them, they're going to say no. They're going to take the deal. Child support, they got control on paper. He get his every other weekend, and anything that happens other than that, she has control it. She can control it. She has control over it. She can make it do what she wanted to do, when she wanted to do it, how she wanted to do it. And I'm not even talking about somebody. Mr. Shane Vicious said they're in it for a check. I mean, but I ain't even going hard and heavy on that. I'm even accepting the premise that it's not even that much. Okay, what's the extra $400-500 a month? It's like I said, for regular folks, those 85 to 90% of people who, if they had a car repair, $1,000, they can't reach in their bank and get it. That's damn near 90% of Americans. So yeah, an extra 5, 6, in some cases 9, depending on how many kids. That shit, we know that shit can get high, even for a regular. I know a regular dude that was making $50K. He was paying like $1,400 a month for his kids from a marriage. Four daughters. He's paying $1,400 a month, and so do the math on what he made after taxes. He probably cleared not even $3,000 a month. So he was basically he was a grown ass man. He's basically living off $300 a week after taxes. Okay, yeah, fucking around $40 value, man. $40. Pussy does not cost $40. Y'all are making this shit up. But not rocking that Jay Riggins button down. Yeah, man. Yeah, doing a little something. I was about to throw in another suit, but I ain't wanna floss too hard. I ain't wanna floss too hard. I'm gonna go with buttons up here and there, but I got a couple more suits in the chamber too, but I ain't trying to make it a fashion show. Oh man. Yeah, y'all niggas funny though, man. Y'all got jokes, man. I be cracking up laughing because I don't get to catch all the comments, but I go back and listen and see the comments, man. I be saying some funny shit. Yeah, I be saying some funny shit. Nigga hit me with the candle sphere. I was like, damn. Oh man. Shout out to Silent Lamont. But yeah, they wanted exactly how it is. They until that day come where they saying that they need support of the children. I need you to support your kid. I need you to you got to take care of your responsibilities, Jody. Until that means, okay, the relationship failed. Okay, fine. Yep, give them to me. Give me the kid. Yep, give them to me. Yep. Until they say, thank you so much. Here, let me pack all this shit and here, take them. Until they just get so much. I feel so relieved. You just showed up, just stepping up big time. 1 week on, 1 week off. That is just so right. That's so perfect. That's so fair. That's exactly how it should be when the relationship fails. Until they do some shit like that, until we see them doing that, then they can't complain about shit in my eyes, and they want it to be exactly how it is. Yeah, I see that right there. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, cash app, all of that. Yeah, see it right there. I picked up a new Patreon from somewhere. I got to look him up. Shout out to you, whoever recently became a Patreon in the last week. I don't know your name off the top of my head. I got to look it up. I just saw an email that I missed somehow. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support, all the love that everybody shows to the channel. Okay. So we end up in a situation. Where you can only truly be effective unless you've done what I said at the start. If when things are on good terms, you went and got the rights signed over and whatnot. Oh, and shout out to Coach Ali. Me and him did a show on Off the Grid Marriage. Damn! I swear on everything, I shouted you out right before your super chat. Your super chat didn't pop up. I didn't see that. I shouted you out, and then right on cue, you sent a super chat. That was fucking magic. I damn near got goosebumps. But he said, Coach Ali's Corner says, take away the birth certificate and watch her tune change. LOL. Hashtag ARNA. Me and him did a show on that. I recommend y'all go look it up. It's called How to Do an Off the Grid Marriage. It was some interesting information given out in that one. Interesting stuff, man. Yeah, so definitely check him out. You can always drop your link, Coach Ali. Go ahead and drop your link. And yeah, check him out. Yeah, he got some good information on that. Because that's sort of what I was getting at when I was speaking to the situation that you end up in, how if you're not married, while things are on good terms, you want to go and try to, make sure and get the custody situation set up, get full rights and everything. You want to do that when y'all are on good terms. If y'all are married, you would think you would have more rights in that situation, but married men take a lot of L's too. But yeah, Coach Ali, he cracked the code. He put in the cheat code on the workaround on that shit. But so yeah, definitely go check him out. Hell, I need to reference that video when I'm talking about this, because there was a lot of good information in there. Lots of good information in there. But thanks for the super chat report. I got another cash app that came through from American Negro. Ooh. I think this is. It says the American Negro. I think that's somebody. I think I know who that goes by. I don't want to shout out the wrong person. But I think that person goes by a different name in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. But thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate that. Okay, so if you don't do all the things that I talked about, if you don't do all the things that I discussed, you end up in a situation where you can only be effective if she allows it. And that brings us right to the title of the show. Can black men and black women effectively co-parent? And my conclusion, based off the way that shit is set up, is yeah. But if the woman allows it. Same with white, because think about it. If the typical default that they go with, is that the women are with the kids and it's every other weekend situation, if that's the typical default that they go with, then you end up in a situation where she got them 12 days to your 2. And if she got them 12 days to your 2, yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of people argue. I heard Alpha Male Strategy say this, He said, I don't care. I'll pay the child support, whatever, how much it is, I pay it, And he was saying, oh, the kid don't got to live with you. Long as you involved in the kid life, you can, okay. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I don't like when men, particularly black men, big up what I tend to call the uncle dad situation, even though I explained it's exactly how women want it to be. I don't like when men embrace that you don't, you can not be involved. You can go, 12 days, 12 out of 14 days not seeing your kid, long as you're seeing them sometimes and imparting some wisdom and talking to them and giving them some life lessons, that's good. That's valuable. Definitely a lot of kids, particularly boys that didn't get that, who needed that. Uncle dad situation sometimes that's what you got to work with. Sometimes that may be a great thing, but man, that to me, that ain't it. To me, that is not it. It's just not. But some people have argued that as long as you're in the life of the kid or taking care of the kid, you're good and you're solid. And I always say, nah, we need to fight. I'm gonna be talking about that some more, how we need to be fighting. And by fighting, I'm not talking about fighting the system. I'm talking about fighting the woman. The system, I say it once, I say it again. It's like a gun. It's an inanimate object. And it only gonna hurt you if somebody pick up that inanimate object, load it, cock it, aim, shoot. That's how the system works. So you're not fighting the system, you're fighting the woman. So I say this all the time to black women, because I've heard plenty of black women say this. That y'all need to fight. Y'all need to do this. If y'all don't like the way that it is, y'all need to fight again. No. Don't say we need to. Don't say we need to fight. When what you're really saying is we need to fight you, not the system. You, right there. You, black woman that's listening. That's who we gotta fight. I'm just playing, but seriously, you get it though. You get the point. It's not the system that we're fighting. It's you that we're fighting. Because there will always be a system, and it should be a system. It should be a system. I'm not down with just law of the jungle. It should be some type of system. There's always been, well, not always, but in civilized countries, there is a system. There is a system. Whether the system is fair, whether the system has a lot of bullshit and blind spots and fuckery embedded in it, yeah, that's a thing. But right now, as the system currently is, the system used correctly, if the system is used correctly, it's not a bad thing. It only could be a bad thing if somebody is abusing it. but the ability for her to abuse it do need to be in place, because there's there's situations where, you know, a woman may really need the help. There may be some bullshit coming from by way of that guy. So the systems are in place to protect people. And men have built systems to protect women. But women have also got their equal rights and all kind of other shit, and still got the same system to protect them. And yeah, shit, you know, we see what's going on here. We see what's obviously going on here. I was about to say something and I damn near fucked around and forgot. But Javon 74478 says the child support system has been way since the 60s, but yet none of the presidential candidates run on platform of child support reform. Why? That go back to the point that I made. Very simple point that I made, that it's rich white Republicans who, if you hear them talk sometimes, yeah, they'll talk about, you know, divorce court and divorce laws and child custody laws and all this shit. They'll talk about all of it. And they ain't trying to do nothing about it. It's like the rich people, the rich men who are most affected by it. And I kind of hesitate in saying most affected by it, because they're in a position where they can recover from whatever happens. They're in a position where they can recover from whatever happens. So how are we saying that they're, you know, most affected by it if they're in position to recover no matter, you know, no matter what the situation is? So, oh shit, did I not read? Hold on, wait a minute, I'm tripping. Having an Alzheimer's moment here. Wait a minute. Oh wait, no, I didn't miss one. Thought I missed one. Yeah, I seen confused face all the way through. Ty City said something. I saw it was 2 comments. I saw something Ty City said. All right, I missed it. It's gone. I ain't gonna let y'all see my confused face in there. Anyway, grown man business in the building. He said we live in a society that cares more about women's rights, animal rights, and alternative lifestyle rights more than the rights of men. Salute, brother. Salute to you. Send me an email, or I'm gonna send you one. If I don't know if your email is visible on your channel. Yeah, we definitely need to do something. I need to send out a lot of emails, get back on my one-on-ones. Get back on them one-on-ones. But what was I talking about? But thanks for that super chat. Appreciate that, grown man business. But yeah, fighting for custody means fighting her, not fighting the system. Let's make that very clear. What's up, Naima? Let's see, what other countries? That's worth looking into. I don't know how I never looked into that. I know it's African countries that don't got no damn child support. Middle Eastern countries don't got no child support. That's a Western thing. Bernard, if you look at any laws and then you look at who it negatively impacts more, there you always have your answer. Answer to what question in particular? Super Tree is in the building. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Bernard Riley up there looking like nigga. We gonna have to set up a Manosphere boxing match if you said I'm looking like fucking Phil Advised. God damn it, that motherfucker look. I ain't gonna talk about the brother, but like I gained a little weight. My face kind of fat, you know. I gotta lose a little bit of weight. That motherfucker look like he got food in his cheeks. All right. Damn it. Why you make me do that, Super Triz? You said I look like him, so then I had to play the dozens on him to respond. Hopefully you were talking about the camera settings and the professionalism in the setup, but you weren't saying I look like that motherfucker, because I don't. God. Yeah, I can't see it. I got a little corona weight, a little stomach I gotta get rid of. I'm working on it. But no, say I look like Phil of Advise. I'm still a fairly in shape guy. I got some. I got to get in the gym, got to get my diet right. Don't say I look like Phil of Advise now. Come on. You got to set up. I don't even know. I saw a fantastic video where he was boxing. That's like he knocked somebody out, by the way. But I saw him hitting the punching bag and doing a little workout. I've been seeing him say something about manosphere boxing. I didn't watch the videos, but I think how niggas be talking about. Let's set it up. Let's box. There's some YouTubers that have actually done that. Where YouTubers who had a beef, hey, they advertised it, made they fans pay to see it. They did 6 rounds in a boxing ring, duked it out. I forgot the names of the people. My son was watching that shit, but I thought it was a bad idea if the Black Manosphere start doing some shit like that. But if Super Triz, if you're gonna say I look like Phil of Advice, god damn it, we're going to get that set up. Yeah. Catch a flight, nigga. You said I look like Phil from Advice Show. Catch the flight, nigga. For real. Motherfucker look like he got a damn Jimmy John sandwich over here and a Subway sandwich right there in his cheeks. Why am I pilling on Phil? He's a good brother. He means well. Melody came through with another super chat. Thank you very much for that. Somebody said you look like Cole from Martin. Damn. I got used to the Draymond Green one, but that's a new one. That is a fucking new one. A 6'1" Cole from Martin. Motherfucker. All right, let me see. Chill, Bernard. That nigga Super Triz is slavery size. I don't care. Shit. Yeah, you gonna have to catch the flight. He say some shit like that again. Yeah, apparently it's been Roast Bernard week, man. You cam up, niggas get on you. You cam up, niggas let you have it. All right, man. I think I'm done. I might go in and drop the link. But the conclusion, you can only be effective unless you take all the proper measures at the beginning. The man can only effectively co-parent if she allows it. So a shout out to David Monroe again. Hood Conservative. I got to work on not saying your government name because you changed that. I assume because motherfuckers was probably trying to dox you or whatever and shit. But so yeah, I'm gonna So provided the Bernard Harvey show. Nigga, I got more suits. All right? I got suits, nigga. Yeah, I ain't seen shit. Yeah. I ain't want to overdo it. I purposely didn't put a tie on. I just put on the jacket and had the shirt, kind of semi, I'm trying to keep it casual. I can get a little smoother, just a little smoother. But I ain't got no big ass Steve Harvey suits. I don't like them loose fit and look like you got on a goddamn tent suits. Nah, I don't like them ones. I don't like them ones. Negative. Yeah, I got me thrown off. It was something else I wanted to say before I dropped the link. What was it? I was saying the conclusion. Oh yeah, you only can, unless you take all the preventative measures, you can only effectively co-parent from the male end if she allow it. If she ain't doing no bullshit, she got full creative control to do whatever the hell she want to do, however she want to do it, because the typical arrangement is every other weekend for you. So it goes back to what David Monroe did it again. Hood Conservative said, if I have to go through all of that to truly effectively be a parent, are these even my kids? They're clearly her kids. Are they mine? If I have to go through all of that. And my conclusion, I know where I stand on that. I'm like, go through it, fight it. Well, no, not fight the system, fight her. You're not fighting the system, you're fighting her. It should be a system. But if it's fuckery in the system, if you as a dad want more access and you just can't just get more access just like that, you got to go through her for the access. She denies or blocks, then you got to go through the system to try to fight her through the system to try to get more access. And that gets blocks, which means she wants it exactly like it is every other weekend, and child support, which means she cannot call anybody a deadbeat dad. And as long as they're playing games like that, effective co-parenting will be extremely difficult. But shout out to those who put aside their, well, I don't even want to say the. Shout out to the women that ain't on that fuckery. I will say that. I do know a woman who she only put the dude on child support because Bernard got on Jay-Z button down from the Unplugged album. Yeah, goddamn right. I don't wear jerseys. I'm 30 plus. Give me a crisp pair of jeans and a button up. I rock with Jay-Z. I rock with Jay-Z. Like the button up. Like the button up. All right, I'm dropping the link. Y'all got me on fuckery today, man. I got to drop the link before the fuckery continue. Y'all can come on. Y'all can come on up here with the fuckery. Bring it on. Yeah, New. I feel you. These hoes ain't giving up no power. Y'all niggas tripping. Yeah. They ain't giving up no power. Link is in the chat. Y'all got me all off my square. Damn, that shit popped up fast. Y'all ready to go. Ready to go right now. J.I. in the building. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Congratulations on your new setup, man. It's looking real
Wait,
good.
hold on, one moment. I can't hear a goddamn thing. All right, there we go. What's up? I heard you say congratulations on the settings. It was real low. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man, looking real good, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But yeah, on I gotta disagree with you on this this pushback on the women. The women are doing what women do. All behavior is a product of the consequences. The issue is the system, period. That's what you have to fight. Wasting time on a localized level, yeah, you're gonna try to convince the woman or whatever because you can't change the system overnight. But men have failed in this regard to fight the system. Whenever there's an unfair system in place, the reality is that a lot of people, don't want to accept is men are supposed to address that system. And sometimes that means laying it down. And that's something that
What do you
has not happened.
wait? What do you mean by laying it down?
Fighting and dying for what you believe in. That's what it takes. Sometimes that's not anything specific to this situation. That's the world at large. When
Okay.
there's an issue, now we could fix it, politically by getting more involved politically, so you don't have to go so drastic immediately because we do have a system that can be affected through, vote and through political means. But it is on the men to address the system that is the problem, not be trying to hope that the woman's not going to take advantage of it because they will. That's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
Just my opinion.
No. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. That shit. Where am I? Oh yeah. Give me a second. I agree with you. That it need to be some changes in the system, but you do agree that it should be some type of system in a free westernized country, or no?
Well, there's the thing, Bernard, anything that's in place is a system. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter, even like what you're talking about is still a system. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
more arcane primal system, but it is still a system. Human beings will always lean towards systems because it's our nature. So we'll always have some types of structure. Even in the animal kingdom, they have systems. It just is more brutal than what we have, but it's still a system. So what you're saying is you want a level of civility within a system, and that differs from person to person that you ask, but we'll always have a system.
Well, no, I was saying I would like that, but I wasn't saying that's the ultimate end all be all solution. I agree the system needs to change. I was just pointing out that it's rich white Republicans with politicians in their back pocket that could agree with every point that we make, and even they can't change the system overnight. So the system changing is going to be some slow moving shit that ain't really going to happen. So the question on the table is, can black men and black women effectively co-parent today? And the conclusion is, yeah, if she don't do a bunch of bullshit given the current system to get in the way of it. But no, it's not a matter of
which is a no.
Yeah, that would qualify. Who said that? Is that Silent or Jay that said that?
It's silent.
Oh, okay, yeah, our voices were sounding right. So yeah, it is a no that if she ain't about to do shit to if she chooses not to engage in some fuckery, then some effective co-parenting can happen. If she chooses to be on some fuckery, then it ain't going to be no effective co-parenting.
So it rests
Or
on her
i.e., if
angst
you give a
towards you.
person a loaded gun to point at your head and then be on the hope to system that they don't pull it.
What are you saying?
I said basically you've given a person a loaded gun to put to your head on the hope to system, they don't pull it.
Yeah, if you get a woman pregnant, yeah, that's essentially what you have done. Now, fortunately, most black men are not just out there randomly getting women pregnant.
Yeah, I've been fucking a long time and I don't have any kids, man.
Yeah. Now, the problem comes in with me where I struggle with this because I think patriarchal families are a good thing, but then this goes back to that system again. She can get a divorce at any moment for any reason, and we know the kids end up with her more times than not. So you end up in a situation, you're going to end up in that same disadvantage as if you got a random chick pregnant. So
I mean, you basically, Bernard, you've basically been able to use the law to weaponize sex against men because, like I was saying in the comment section, men are not going to stop fucking. Like I always hear these solutions. Well, if you just stop fucking these, men ain't gonna stop fucking. I mean, you basically you said, okay, since we won't do the lawfare, we're going to rely on you to completely rewire your biological imperative. I mean, come on, man. These people know what's going on biologically, and they use that in the law to ensnare you. They know men are going to fuck. The difference is I hate to make it a racial thing, but I've been fucking other women for a long time, and I was fucking with sisters. Other women always got protection. I've been in situations where I always carry. But other women were like, you got protection, or they always have something. When I was messing with sisters, that conversation rarely came up. I always had it. It's been a few times sisters were like, hey, I don't want you to wear anything. So I've dated both women. All right. Other women just want to have sex responsibly. They care about their lives, man. Like real talk. They know they have a future. Sisters just don't give a fuck. They just out here fucking, man. And getting pregnant.
Nick
I'm a
O in
savage.
the building. Black women are not for nuclear families. Let's risk everyone else. And right on time. Sister George came in. As long as y'all keep fucking your baby mamas and not being with her, she will cause all types of problems. Holy shit.
That's
now
not exactly true. Can I respond to that comment?
Yeah, after me. See, this is where she just gets on so much fuckery.
Right.
The fuckery she trying to smuggle under the table here.
It's your fault, nigga.
Is to try to say that you will only have problems if you continue to have sex with your baby mama and not be with her. As if she won't go full baby mama terrorist just off the simple fact that the relationship failed, even if it was her fault that the relationship failed.
But even that, what the grift is, they will do everything but fight the law. Everything but fight the law. Well, see, as long as 2 + 2 = 7, and if you look both ways before, anything but talking about changing that fucking law.
That is some goofy shit. That is some goofy shit. All right, I'll let you go ahead, Jay. But
He
that's
can
some
only be a problem because we have laws that allow her to be a problem. So instead of fixing the law, nigga, it's your fault. If you would stop having sex.
Well,
okay. Hold on.
what
But
you
then now
could
she's
do
saying now
is you
she's
can make the
saying
law null and void by protecting your seed. That's what you could do. You
oh
could
no,
fuck with condoms. That's what you
We're
could do.
not disagreeing with.
oh no,
Listen, we understand how the
real
system
quick,
I,
real
I,
quick.
is.
under- I understand what you're saying, brother. I'm just giving my I'm giving my
Oh,
opinion
we
here.
all agree men should fuck with condoms because these broads don't care about your seed. They
And
don't
then
care about
too,
families. They will not protect themselves. So you have to be responsible for the both of you. They already tell you every day, nigga, if you lay down with me and it's both of you. See, they're not creating families based on having a conversation with a man about wanting to have children together. It's all like this loophole that you fell into. See, gotcha, nigga. You fuck. See, you fuck. This is how motherfuckers bring kids into the world. It's all this little loophole you fall into.
well, I
Well,
personally,
hold on,
I
real
haven't
quick.
had any
I wanted
issues
to hold on.
co-parenting with the mother of my children. Well, I would say one
You've
of them
talked about
was an issue,
hold
but
on,
at the end of the day, I
general.
wanted
You
to
Can y'all
make
hear
sure that
Bernie?
I
Can
general,
y'all
do
hear
what I
Bernie
wanted
talking?
to do
general,
with my children and be in
Hey,
their
Bernie,
lives
you
General,
can't
can you
come
hear
in here
Bernie or
saying
anybody
because
else?
I drew first blood.
He
I
can't
took
hear you,
her
Bernie.
ass to court.
I don't think he
I
can hear
had the
anybody.
child support, uh,
I don't think he can hear anybody.
the visitation fucking enforced. I took the lead as a man should. Because if you sit
You might have to
around
drop him and bring
as
him
a
back.
man and you wait on a woman who's scorned and she's pissed off and now she doesn't want you to, you got a new woman in your life and she doesn't want the children to be
All
of your
that nigga
child
dancing.
and all that bullshit. So you do away with the nigga dancing and you go down
And you
there
just carry the 7.
all right,
write
general. Can you hear
your
me?
own
General
fucking.
can't hear
You
you.
have just as
He
much
can't hear
right as
anybody.
she
All right,
does when it comes to
You gotta
visitation,
drop him and bring
especially
him
if
back.
you are the payee.
general. I dropped you down because I don't think you could hear me. I'm trying to bring you. I'm bring you
In the
back up.
best interest of the child,
Oh damn, he talked
and
the
He
it
didn't
whole
even know
is
you
time
was
while he was
my
blocked.
down.
best interest as.
Men deserve financial abortion. You got it, Bernie.
All right. Hold on, I had to move him from the studio. Hey, General, hopefully you can hear me on YouTube. Come right on. Let me type in the chat before I do anything else. I want to make sure he don't misunderstand what happened. Hold on.
Well, while you doing that, let me say this. The whole premise is always going to come back to the law. Sister George is absolutely right. And to this point, I don't even specify it towards Black women. People are not going to go against their best interests in general. For some reason, men have gotten it. It's a psychological trick. Men have done it. We don't tend to fight for our best interests.
What do
But
you mean? Hold
women
on,
are not
wait.
going.
Hold on.
Well, we do, but we're
Wait a minute.
outnumbered at
Wait a
the
minute.
voting booth, brother.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? And this was one thing I wanted to put to her. I don't know what you mean by women not going to go against their best interests. The situations are like this. Unless it was just two random people just fucking, it was a relationship. The relationship failed. They broke up. I don't understand where the woman not going to go against her best interests comes into play. I don't
I can explain it.
I don't know what she means. I think she means something different than what you mean by that. Because
Her best interest meaning that womb hustle.
Keith. She started off by saying, as long as y'all keep fucking y'all baby mamas and not being with her, she will cause you all types of problems. So she's
That's
basically first things first, she's making it seem as if women are only causing problems because the guy is sticking his dick in her after the relationship, as if he
that's
just
what happened to her.
as if he just cuts it off cold turkey, and say, hey, the relationship over, but let's do right by the son. That she's still not going to be on some bullshit. That was the first thing she said, and then after I responded to that with that, she then responded by saying women will never fight against their own interests. That's not even connected. We talking about a woman just being a bitch because she wants to be a bitch because she's a bitch. It has nothing to do with interest versus fighting against her own interests. She's basically saying that if you're not with me, I'm going to do what I can to hurt you. Therefore, be with me because it's in my interest for you to be with me. But if you're not with me, I'm going to be a bitch.
And you're also
If
missing
you don't
Right.
something
get
there, B.
involved, I'm gonna knock your ass out too. Make a
Oh,
choice.
let me address what she was saying. How what I interpret she was saying about the going against your interests, because all it means is yeah, she's being a bitch. If women understand that the laws are set up in such a way that they can lord these things over your head. If you don't want to be there, she got child support. If you do want to be there, she can keep the custody. She got all that. It's somebody on the panel said that they're going to outvote us at the polls. That's where I said men would have to lay it down for stuff like this all throughout history. That's what it ultimately comes down
When does that
to.
ever happen where men just stop having sex? Like, when does that
No,
ever happen?
I didn't say stop having. I said lay it down, which means fight and die for what you believe in to change laws. If it comes to that, that's how the world works. And I know that you get that
What does
better
that
than
look
most.
like
B.
though in the real world? Like,
Hey, it looks like you can go through history whenever there's been revolts or whenever there's been civil war. That's what it would look like. But what I'm saying is to the point. Yes, black men and black women can effectively co-parent if the laws are changed. Under the current laws, I don't believe that we can because they're not incentivized. They have too much power, and the man is too powerless to be able to do it effectively, in my opinion. Y'all got it.
I was saying, Bernard, one thing you missed is that when she mentioned best interest, see, that's the problem with our community. See, other women see best interest as having a family with a father in the household. When
Mm-hmm.
she's talking about best interest, she's talking about that womb hustle. So again, we say we don't want to make it a racial issue, but there is clearly a direct difference between how one group of women thinks and how the rest of the Delta Quadrant thinks. So again, even that best interest, what best interest are they talking about? Keeping the nigga from their kids?
Right. Yeah, no, that's a damn good point. She's saying women are gonna go against their best interest. The link just got dropped, Sister Joe,
Well,
unfortunately, because she just
Yo,
came up.
Would you
But
agree
she
with
just
this, Keith?
but
Because
hold
I
on.
think that. Oh, go ahead.
I
Go
do
ahead, brother.
gotta I gotta pass it. I gotta pass it. Cause we
Okay.
gotta get
No, no. What
Jay
was you
in
gonna say,
here
Bernard? You was
and
about to get on the
grown.
roll on that comment, bro.
Yeah, shit, I forgot now.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah, that best interest shit. But she's saying a woman not gonna go against her best interest. But yeah, you can see how she just literally shitting on the best interest of the child. Because if the two people are not going to be together, it still is in the best interest of the child for some good amicable co-parenting to the best of their ability. But she's basically saying a woman is going to be a bitch to gain and do whatever she got to do to appease whatever she got to appease for herself, and then do that at the fuck you over at the expense of fucking over the child, and that's what Sister
Boom.
George is defining as the woman's
Best
best
interest.
interest. Yeah, that's a
Boom.
damn good point. Let's go to we got to go. Well, hold on first, real quick. Mr. Shane Vicious, he says white women in IUDs became common in my 20s. Yeah, I will say when I was out there, dabbling around, messing with them hoes. Yeah, I did notice that women of other races tended to have more was more likely to have the little I don't even know what the shit is called. The diet for the one shit that they put in there to stop the pregnancy. I forgot what it's called. I'm not supposed to keep up with that. I just like that they used to have it. But yeah, anyway, I wore condoms, but it was nice when they did have when I saw that they were taking preventative measures as well. Ray Clemens says exactly, Bernard, and that's the problem. The preservation of your race and community should be their best interest, but it's not. So fuck out of here. Thank you very much for that super chat, Ray Clemens. And we got that's it. That's it on the super chats. Okay, we gotta go to damn it, I can't get that off there. We gotta go to J Rich TV and then grown man business. In general, you was talking, and I don't think you could hear nobody else because other people like you couldn't hear me. That's why I dropped you
What?
down. You couldn't hear me.
Okay, okay, no problem. Can
Yeah,
you
so
hear me now?
that's why
All right.
yeah, no, we could hear you, just couldn't hear us. And Sister George right there too. So let's go ahead, Jay Rich TV, then we'll go grown man business. Go ahead, Jay Rich.
well, let's just get this out there. Just like Lamont and you've been highlighting, the child's best interest is the woman's interest. That's just a whole, smoke and mirrors, distraction and whatnot, just to get what they want. But back to that Sister George comment from earlier, it's not that if you stop fucking your baby mama, she'll cause problems. Like you said, Bernard, that's just generally bound to happen depending on the type of woman. But usually if you are smashing your baby mamas yet and you're involved with a relationship with another woman, usually the baby mama, you won't really get much problems with, because here's the thing. You fucking your baby
Wait,
mama.
say that again. Say that again.
So I know here's
No,
the
no. Say exactly what you said again. I missed it.
if you're involved with another relationship, right, but yet you're still smashing your baby mama, you may not run into problems like that, because if you're still smashing your BM, your dick and influence is staying within the house. I mean, technically, dudes have to do that in order. Some dudes literally have to do that in order to have a happy relationship with their child. You know, like, hey, I'm with this girl, but I'm still fucking my baby mama, but she don't need to know that. Some dudes are still doing that, and sometimes that shit
Damn.
works. It does.
Can I
Now,
Yeah,
offer you some
that's some.
pushback
No,
on
no, you
that?
gotta wait. You gotta wait. That's some
Yes,
other
ma'am.
shit right there.
I know,
That's something I never considered, never thought
I
about.
know,
When
I
me and
know.
my
But
ex-wife,
hey,
when we
niggas are
were
out here
done,
doing it.
when we
It
were done,
happens.
we were done, and I did everything to make the shit as peaceful as possible, and she still was on the bullshit. That's why I will not tolerate for 1 second saying that it's actions that you're doing that's causing her to do that. No bullshit. But hey, good shit, man. Good shit. That's, I mean, well, I don't know if that's good or not, but that's some different shit that I don't know
It
nothing about.
happens.
But
It's
that's,
just the
yeah,
truth.
no, I bet it does. I bet it does. Dudes is probably giving her dick just to get her to shut the fuck up. Give her some good dick and hold her for 72 hours, and she be back tripping later. Got to fuck her again and hold her. Like,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I can have you
All
for the
right.
weekend. Like, oh, you got a game next week? Okay, I'll take it.
All right, grown man business in the building. What's going on, man? You got the flow. You got the mic.
Hey, what's going on, brothers? How y'all doing today? First of
What's
all,
good,
Good,
man?
man.
Salute,
can
brother.
y'all hear me pretty good?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Loud and
real
clear,
good.
bro.
First of all, I want to touch on one thing, man. This hive mentality that most black females have, it actually has them to the point that all of them try to rationalize this type of behavior. You even have them feel like they're entitled. There's a big argument that's going on. I'm not sure you brothers have heard about it, about one father, if of women that have multiple children by multiple men, the father that is providing financially for his child, the finances should be divvied up between the other kids that she have by other men. And they're actually arguing this point. Okay, we got to take into account
From
that
the book of Whole Logic.
we also have to take into account that 51% of black men don't have children. So there is a level of discipline that goes on amongst black men. And we have to take into account that black women lead in out of wedlock birth rates, as well as having multiple children by multiple men. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you brothers have recognized that most of the time when women have multiple children by multiple men, the first baby father, some want to call the pookie or whatever, he is on hook for paying maybe $50 a month. Meanwhile, the second baby father, which she tend to want to we tend to call the beta provider type guy, he will be ended up paying anywhere from the range of $800 to $1,400 a month for a child. Okay, this womb hustle thing has gotten completely out of hand, and most of us are not talking about this. We also have to take into account that studies have recently came out. Some say 35%, and others say 39%, but this is just the ones that we know about. So that's roughly 1 in 3 children are on, men are on the birth certificate of children that are not biologically theirs. Okay, so we have to take into
Wait, hold
the
on,
element.
real quick. Is it that? Whenever I hear that stat, it sounds so high. I have a hard time believing.
Yeah, it is hard to
It
believe.
throws you off because you're like, it can't be that fucking terrible. That's that programming, because you're like, fuck, it can't be that
Yeah,
terrible.
but it is, bro. It is,
It's
bro. And
that's true. I
those are
looked
just
it
the
up
numbers
last
that
week
we
for
know
my
of.
debate. It's true. I looked it up last week for my debate.
It
That's
sucks,
what it is.
B. It sucks to hear, bro. It sucks.
It's one out of 3 women that go and do the test. It come back.
Bro, that Bernard, that was proven on married women, bro.
Yeah.
Married husbands,
Yes.
30 fucking percent, bro. 30 fucking percent.
Are not the father of the child.
3 out of goddamn 10, bro.
I was about to do it like this. I was about to say maybe it's the women who are going down there because they don't know who it is. They just suspect who it might be.
Bernard, bro.
I thought it was
Listen, I know you've been married for a minute, but these hoes out here are fucking, man. Do you not know what these bras out here doing, bro?
I know what they doing. I just that number's still high.
Yeah,
bro. I think it's
man.
low. I think it's fucking low.
That's the number, man. 1 in 3.
All right.
1 in 3.
I think if you tested everybody, B, it would be fucking higher, bro. If the real truth would make your fucking head explode, I think, man. You niggas wouldn't ever want the average woman probably has 80 penises in her by the time she turns 30. Average. You think they're sharing? I mean, this law right here that he was describing was basically legalized financial cucking. That law wouldn't even be presented if it weren't such a astronomical number.
Well, I'll say this too, and I'll pass it on, man. I mean, when you take in the element of no fault divorce, so a woman can say she doesn't like your fucking sleep position, then she can walk out on you and take half of your goods and benefits, man. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that, man, in modern society, the days, the times that we live in, whoredom is considered female empowerment, man.
Wow.
WAP is just the tip of the iceberg.
That's why it's the system. You can't blame the woman for that. The women ain't shit, but I'm saying that's the system that allows them to do it.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna blame her ass too.
Oh no,
I got you, Keith.
Yeah. All right, Silent. Before I go to Sister George, you wanted to get anything specific in, Silent?
Oh no, man, I'm good. I didn't have anything. I like to have more conversational, man. I throw in my little quips every now and then.
All right, Sister George, go ahead. You got it. Then I'm gonna go back to you, General, after Sister George.
Hey, good morning. What I wanted to clarify, what I was saying is, because y'all do talk about women steadily fucking with their baby fathers, I do think that causes issues when men continue to have sex with their baby fathers. Women are very jealous, and even if the relationship ending was their fault, they will use the kids to hold the kids over the man's head, and will try to make the man's life miserable. And
Sister George,
yes,
do women still do that even if the man is not fucking her?
Yes, they do.
So
and
then
I was gonna get
exactly.
Time out.
Well,
Then time out. Why even highlight that? Why even put that cart before the horse of your argument?
it wasn't an argument. I was just commenting in the chat.
Point. Why
Yes.
even put that?
Because I think the point is pertinent, because you do have a lot of men that do still fuck their baby mamas and still wonder why the woman is giving them problems. And what I'm saying is,
Who says they're giving them problems?
But if
a lot of men complain about dealing with women, and they can still be fucking them, and they still get problems out of her because they can still move on. They'll go back and fuck her while they have a new woman. And if they're going back and fucking her,
this is the problem. If it is the case that a man cannot be fucking his baby mama and still get the same problems and still get jerked around through the system and still have her use the system in any way she can to try to limit his access or get what she can from him.
Yes, that is why I said
doing that anyway, then it's logical to conclude the women who are doing that while being fucked would still probably be doing that if not being fucked. So why bring fucking into the conversation when we're
because fucking is a big part of the point. And also, like I said, a woman is not going to fight against her own best interest. And so if you guys are considering yourselves red pill, let me finish my point. If you guys are considering yourselves red pill, and it's like men don't understand that women will use kids if she's able to hustle another source of income. And it's like bitches be having like bum bitch mentality, so they will use the kids to gain leverage and to make your life miserable, whether you did anything or not. And so women are not going to go down and fight the system because you guys feel some type of way about it or because it's wrong. They don't give a fuck. And that's the point that I'm trying to get to.
You were saying, okay, so it sounds like you're essentially saying that, yeah, when most women are bad people and they care more about their own little personal interest.
If you have somebody
hold on, don't cut me off because I God damn it. All right. So it sounds like you're saying essentially that women are bad people. They're going to do what's in their own best interest, the interest of the child be damned, and having a working, functional situation with the dad after the relationship failed is completely 100% irrelevant. It's what they want, how they want it, and what makes them feel good. They're going to do it, and it is what it is. They are just bad people. Thus, the reason why I said why even bring them getting dick or not getting dick into the situation. Just
Because
you could
because
have
I
just
don't
skipped to
feel
the
like
end and said, hold on. You could have just skipped to the end and said, hey, I
They're
agree with
bad
you
people.
100%. Women are bad people. You could have
I
just
didn't
did
say
that.
that, and
We know
I
you
don't
didn't.
agree.
Well,
I
that's
don't
what.
agree
This
with
is what
that.
he's
She won't
saying,
say it.
sis. Is he know you won't say that, so you do the nigga dance around it.
Well, I don't feel like I was nigger dancing because I was responding to multiple points that was being made on the panel.
Fine, nigga
Um,
waltzing.
and so what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying that women are bad people, but you do have women that are like that who don't give
But
a
that's
damn what.
basically what you're saying. What you're describing is you won't say those words because I mean, of course you won't say those words,
Because
but
them sisters will come
that's the
after you.
synopsis of what you're
I don't
saying.
feel like all women are. I don't feel like all women are like
Well,
that.
it don't
I
have to
don't
be
feel.
all. It don't
I
have to
don't
be all.
feel. Well, I don't.
Matter of
I
fact,
definitely will say.
they're all like that. They may not all do it, but they are almost definitely like that.
Well, I will say this. I will say this, and I'll exit the panel. I don't think that the majority of women will fight against their own interests, and especially
Based on what?
when it comes down to income and finances. And if she's able to get a check from a person, and she does not have to work for that check, and it's coming down to her own survival because they're not getting married, they're baby
That's what they're
mamas.
gonna do, right? Everything we've seen, OnlyFans, all of it. When it comes at the end of the day, she will sell that monkey for a price. Period, man. Ain't no honor, man. It's all for sale. That's what men have seen, man. All of it. There is no honor. Period. It's just a matter of what that dollar amount is. But they all can be bought. And when you get money, you really understand that. That's why I understand why rich men get married. Because when you get that bread, you realize they all have a fucking price, man.
Well, thank you so much for having me up, Bernard. I just wanted to clarify my points. And when I respond in the chat, the conversation is steadily going. So I may not be responding to exactly what you're talking about at the time by the time you get to my comments. So don't associate every comment that I make with the other comments because I respond to things that y'all are talking about as the conversation goes along. So that's all I
Mm-hmm.
had to say. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed day. I'm out.
Have a blessed day. All right, free will defender. He says, I'm a nurse. We have protocol just for that reason. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. And I don't know if I missed another super chat. Nope, that's Ray Clemens. I saw that one. Wait, hold on, wait. That's a half truth. All women in the U.S. are under the same system. Good point. Why are they not behaving the way to the level of our women? Why? I make that point all the time. That's why I always that's why I say it's not the system, because to some degree the system should be in place. It should be some type of system now, so that's why I
Let me
don't.
push back.
That's why I put it on the individuals and how they're acting and conducting themselves. I blame the people. The women get an unnecessary out when we could just say, "Oh, it's the system," and the women just say, "Oh yeah, it's the system. Yep, absolutely, the system, the system, the system." No, it's your fucked up behavior. So I do want to put I want to put the blame on who the blame is. But seeing as their behavior is fucked up, then that's where you're right, Ji. That men do need to fight the system in that regard, but they're fighting a system that they only have to fight because a system that should be in place is being abused by women.
No, the system is flawed in how it is, because a woman should never be able to go to a system and do these types of things. It should be equal. Men should have financial abortion. Men shouldn't have to lose everything that they have just because they got married. The system is flawed. Women just use it. We cannot say, oh, if the woman was better and didn't sick the system on us, then everything will be fine, because there should be a system in place. The system that's in place should be a fair and balanced one,
Good
so
point.
that
Yeah.
when
Yep.
she goes to because it's gonna happen, when she goes and decides that whatever is she's gonna try and get whatever she can, The system that is in place that she goes to cannot just destroy a man. It should be fair to begin with. And men have allowed it to get crazy. And because we have this false pretense of equality, but we know that the law does not see men and women equally across the board. It favors the women. And it's going to come down to men fixing that. Because if there was no system or the system was fair, then it wouldn't matter what type of morality the women have because she couldn't screw you over, is my point.
Right on, right on, right on. I'm with you. And shout out to Male Enlightenment TV. I couldn't find your email. I went to your Patreon and left a message in there, told you to email me. We got to get a one-on-one together. Got to get that one-on-one together. Appreciate your support, but we got to get a one-on-one together. I couldn't find your email, so either drop it in the chat or my email is in my about section. So send me an email and then we can set it up from there. We can do a one-on-one at your spot, and then we can do one. We can do one here. Then we can go do one at your spot too. We can do it like that. So yeah, definitely. Send me that email, Male Enlightenment TV. Shout out to him and drop your link. Y'all know what it is.
Yo, Emmy has some dope content, man. Real talk. So if you ain't check that, brother, man.
Yeah, no. His content is more right up your alley. I'm a little more in the middle. I got hope that good family.
Hey, man, I'm a realist, man. Listen, I just call it, man.
Yeah. Emmy, yeah. He more your speed over there. He ain't giving an inch. He like
we in the ain't fucking around gang, man.
Yeah. I still got some hope that the community.
Hey, but Bernard, bro, I give you shit, bro, but I love that about you, man. Like, we need brothers that still, like, we need these fire breathers like myself. But we need brothers like you, man. I don't take that away from you, bro.
Yeah, no, good shit. Yeah, we definitely need it. New in the building. He says I was about to start pulling my dress out, but she already left. Shit, yeah. No, it was funny though, and I let it go. I didn't want to say it when she was up here because when she said she was leaving, chick say she leaving, I let her leave. So I ain't want to say nothing else after she said she was leaving. But when she said, "Oh, but the thing that I said in the chat, it was responding to things in the chat, wasn't necessarily about what you said." So blah blah blah. But when you came up here and clarified, it still didn't sound no fucking better.
Bro, that corner got tight real quick.
Eight ball in the corner pocket.
Shout out to New. Thanks for the super chat. All right, we gonna
get to the chopper.
We're gonna go back to General, man. Yeah, sorry, we was having some audio issues with you. You couldn't hear what nobody else was saying because I was trying to interrupt to ask you a good question. I was trying to ask you a question. I can't even remember what it was now at this point, but so we going back to you. You can pick it up from wherever you wanted to.
If in this society, if we expect for women to vote against their interest, then you'll be fucking hoping for a Ice Cube to survive in hell. It's just not going to happen. And as more women become enlightened and the system seems to want to change and they get into the democratic voting process, you can only hope for things to get worse. So in my mind, the way to avert that is to simply remove yourself altogether. In other words, do not create babies with these women. Period.
That's how you make though?
Say again?
So you talking about MGTOW?
No, I'm not. No, I don't get down with none of that shit because I know, like Silent Lamont said, men are not gonna stop fucking. What you have to do is stop trusting that. Are you on the pill? Yeah, okay. You got the UID? Yeah, okay. No, pull that goddamn Trojan, pull that goddamn whatever it is, lamb skin out your goddamn pocket and saddle up. That's the only way that you're gonna keep yourself from being at the mercy of the system. And that way, when she comes and she calls you 2 weeks later saying, "Oh, my period is late," you can say, "Well, it's not mine. I know. I have definitive." See, because I was taught when I first started fucking around many decades ago as a young man, when my mother and father gave me a condom and gave me instructions on what I needed to do to prevent having children before marriage and before I finished high school. I learned a very valuable lesson. And here's the instructions I received. You put the condom on. Here's how you put the condom on. When you get done and you ejaculate into that condom, you take that condom off yourself. Mm-hmm. You immediately take that condom to the bathroom. You fill that condom with water, then take some toilet paper, dry it off, and make sure that there are no holes, no leaks, no rips, no tears in that motherfucker. Once you do that, you empty the contents into the toilet, you put the condom in the toilet, you flush it. That way there's no turkey baster incident.
A real
That way,
player put Tabasco sauce in that shit.
yeah, that way there's no.
What?
Well,
Hey,
whatever your method is, I was just giving you the basis of what I was given many years ago as a young lad, yet still in high school, because my parents knew that sex was going to be an inevitable part of growing into young manhood. So I was being taught to make sure that I wasn't at the mercy of the system at a very young age.
well, can I jump in right quick?
Yeah, you can go ahead and jump in. Only thing I got to
Yeah,
say
bring it on, brother.
what General said is basically, yeah, we in a boxing ring, brothers. Protect yourself at all times. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. So yeah, no pushback on that. No pushback on that. Yeah, protect yourself at all times, brothers. But go ahead, grown man business. You got it.
And you heard it from Bernard first, live at the Apollo over there.
Well, I agree with everything the general said, but I want to touch on something even deeper than that. Everything that he said pretty much equates to what a father tells his son. Okay, and for the most part, we don't have fathers in our homes. You understand? So you're not being indoctrinated with this type of information. Okay, a lot of these women do not care about the family structure. They respect white supremacy and serving their men up to the system more than they care about building anything with a black man. These are facts. You can equate that to the type of men that they are procreating with. Okay, so you have to understand that the same men that a lot of these women are complaining about, the baby fathers and the ones that don't give a damn about their children, these are the same men that are being raised in these single mother-led households. Okay, they don't have any structure, any sense of structure, order, or discipline. This is why they willy-nilly with their seed. You know what I'm saying? They out here spreading it around because at the end of the day, they don't have that masculine frame or this masculine presence. A lot of these young black men are just masculinity deprived. Okay, even all the way up until adulthood, and they will continue to make these terrible decisions. And then you have this argument of why young black men, you look at the NFL draft and all this stuff, and they up there with their Beckys, and then they want to get all in an uproar. It's because they've been raised around you. They've seen a lot of the behavior that you have displayed around this young man. And this is no attack on black women. Don't get me wrong. But when are you going to start holding yourself accountable? You'll see females, women like Sister George get up here and try to rationalize this behavior. I'll tell you, I'll go even further. You know what black women, the baby mamas who love to, make their the child's father a living hell. You know what a lot of them are pissed off about? Is because after them, you start to live a more productive life. You're living a better life without them around, and they can't stand it. So they're exactly okay. So obviously by her comment, she has been dealing with one of these baby daddy type of men in her past, and this is why she took it to this took personal level. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to get out of there. I was trying to get out of there. Hey, J Rich TV, I just saw the little private comment. You said you wanted to respond to something that Sister George said. I don't know if you already have or if we.
I already have. But since
okay,
the general, I wanted to ask him something.
Hold on, real quick. Peace, information man in the building. He says peace, brother Bernard in the panel. Salute, shout out to information man. Also, JJ in the building. He says Bernard ran Sister George off the panel with some toxic masculinity. LOL. Yeah. Had to get her to fuck. Had to run her off the block. Anyway. Go ahead. I'm sorry if I'm skipping.
Let her talk, Bernard. God damn it.
Let her talk.
Hey, General.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay.
Real quick, and I'm not trying to change the subject or anything, but
are you good?
Colorism, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I really hate the whole argument and talking point as a whole. Really, I really think we shouldn't even mention it anymore. But check this out. For all the females, especially in media or in everyday life or whatever, who cry colorism, would you agree that those are the same goddamn females who practice colorism all K through 12 against their male counterparts because their mothers raised them not to love their insecurities or embrace them? because their
Facts,
mothers always
bro.
saw
I'm a
them as
light-skinned dude,
competition.
and I can tell you that's 100% facts,
Their
bro.
mothers
Sure.
always saw them as competition and treated them as such up until the age of 18, and and so on.
Sure. Of course. See, here's the thing. I'm 53. I remember when, if you were dark like myself, I'm a brown-skinned brother. So I remember when sisters were chasing behind the goddamn Christopher William type, El DeBarge type
Every little
nigga with the
thing you
green
do.
eyes and the curly top hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? I
The New
remember
Jack
when
City niggas.
the New Jack City niggas, yeah, they
I've
didn't
been that
want to.
nigga all my life, man.
They didn't want to fuck with us. But then, however, come a pause, there was a great shift. Brothers like Denzel came on the scene. Brothers like the Wesley Snipes
Yeah, I
came
was
on
just
the
about to
scene.
say, yeah, Wesley
And
put us
all of
on
a
the map.
sudden,
Wesley put the dark skinned brothers on the map. We was in the building after Wesley, but go
yeah,
ahead.
and all of a
I've had
sudden,
sisters tell me so many times they use that term. You got that good hair.
and
Yeah.
all of a
Go ahead,
sudden,
General.
there was a dynamic shift that came along, and it was all about the brown skinned brother, my melanated brothers. Ooh, 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 I want that dark chocolate. Ooh, ooh. And then the light skinned brothers felt some type of way, and it kind of happened sort of like that with the women. It was a time when I was especially right during my high school developmental years, where it was the red bones, the yellow bones. Ooh, that motherfucker, boy, that red bone. Lord have mercy, Jesus, that yellow bone over there, thick ass fucking. And then all of a sudden you get to college and you find out that these bitches are just the same as other bitches, and then you run across the dark-skinned sisters with them oh so thick thighs and them that voluptuous set of breasts, and you like, and then they're cute to you.
Hold on,
And you're
Bernard.
like,
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna drop my Christopher Williams pick.
and then you're like, okay, you know what? Cool. I'm no longer hung up on just the light, bright motherfuckers, because them bitches was crazy. Light-skinned bitches at a certain time, they was crazy. Straight up. They was breaking niggas' car windows out. They was fucking niggas' clothes up. They
Keeping
was
blades in the mouth.
There was all kind of crazy shit. Yeah, all kind of crazy shit.
Said
So
blades in
then,
the mouth.
oh yeah. So then there was
Give a
a
nigga
shift.
$150.
So then there was a shift to the darker complected women, and now all of them motherfuckers have a fundamental set of dysfunctions that we're dealing with, and that's due to the way the construct of society has happened over the past 35 to 40 years. So now everybody's fucked up.
Mr.
General.
Shea, bitches, get out of there. Don't be putting all that smut on Curlin's good name. He ain't done nothing to nobody.
But General, would you also agree
No,
that
no,
like if anybody goes through colorism and it's not acknowledged or they don't even complain about it as much, it's black men?
Yeah, that's true. Because for in my opinion, because black men have a different set of directives. It's not about so much as your hue in many cases. It's about that body, that ass, them titties, that face, that flat stomach. So we have a different gauge. Women generally were looking at the light-skinned brothers. I had a cousin like that. She was dating this dude. This motherfucker, he was black and something, but he had that Christopher Williams hair. He had them fucking gray eyes.
Did he have a ponytail?
She just no. This was at the height of the New Jack City movement.
Oh,
So
could he
niggas
break
wasn't
dance?
rocking ponytails. And breakdancing was a thing, but we were past that stage because we were moved on into the niggas wasn't breakdancing in college. We wasn't fucking up our clothes back then. I mean, I know you want to put the humor in there, but I don't want to have to take you down. I don't want to have to take you down the fucking history lane here. No, by the time the 90s
wait a minute. I never thought about that.
I got mud on my bell bottoms.
Break dancing would fuck up all your clothes, man. You done got clean and fresh. You got a whole big ass hole right there on your shoulder trying to do that spinning shit with the cyclone kick shit.
Yeah, all that bullshit. Yeah.
Got track marks on your Adidas.
I ain't never thought about that shit.
By time 87, 88 hit, most niggas where I'm from, they had given up the goddamn cardboard, big boombox radio breakdancing days. That shit was a thing of the past. We had moved on to cars and big woofers and speakers, and being fresh dressed to impress and not getting dirty was the thing the thing to do. You didn't want your fucking jeans and your little t-shirts to be all fucking smudged with.
That sound like Paid in Full.
Yeah, we didn't want none of that shit. So what I'm getting to is this. We have to go back and you have to look at it when you cross thread history. Okay, there was a point in time when light-skinned brothers and dark-skinned brothers and all that shit, we moved through the colorism. Men just didn't really have that after a certain particular point in time. It was more about getting to the pussy. I remember It was like, ooh, there's nothing more beautiful than a chocolate sister. You could see that pink pussy when she lay there and open that motherfucker up. That was the shit. Then there was some niggas that was like, nah, I want the yellow bone and red bone, boy. You don't know this, that boy, that motherfucker, that creamy, milky skin and that good long hair. Then when you get to college, man, you notice that there are other fucking women who are coconut and peanut colored and vanilla envelope colored and
Peach.
caramel and all these different colors, and your world is opened up. So I think that men kind of got over the colorism issue long before women did. What happened was the colorism issue turned inward. It became a competition in between the intersex, right?
A competition
between
of validation.
Women. It became a competition between women. I don't look at that like that old half yellow heifer over there. I can't stand that bitch. Fuck that old dark-skinned ass Aunt Jemima looking ass bitch. I remember when that came out. When light-skinned chicks only hung out with light-skinned chicks. Dark-skinned chicks only hung out with dark-skinned chicks. Then I remember when the mixture came into play. And this is all, over for me, what I've documented as far as dealing with females. And I've been dealing with them since I was 14. I'm 53 now. I've been dealing with these bitches a long time.
Hey, General, you said some shit low key, man. I thought I was the only one that liked the contrast of a dark woman and then the pink cookie when it opened up. I thought that was just my shit.
No, nigga, that wasn't just your shit.
But see, Bernard, if you go out in the dating scene now, though, it's different. Now the dark-skinned chick plays linebacker for the light-skinned quarterback chick in the back, to keep them niggas off of.
Hey, well, that all depends on where you are. If you go down around Houston, and I know you're in Dallas,
it's like you gotta fucking fight fucking Balrog and all them bitches to get up to the light skinned chick.
I frequently, I come to Dallas, a few times, through the course of the month. If you go to Houston, you will find a pack of black, dark, black Halle Berry bitches walking around downtown. Packs of them. Packs and packs and packs of them.
Where? Nick O in the building. Nick O says Asian women best interest is wealthy two-parent household. That is the Asian best interest referring.
We need them daggles to come up here and play for the Cowboys, man. We might have a show.
Carnell Black says just get a vasectomy and it's reversible. Yeah, I'm going. Listen, that's coming down the pipeline for no.
Well, you can reverse from
that's coming down the pipeline for me. Getting the vasectomy, and yeah, after I do it, I'll talk about it on the air. I will talk about it on the air because
they reverse them now,
bro. You can do that, bro. I can't do it, bro. I can't.
Well, you don't have kids. If you got kids and you don't want no more.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
It's something that you start considering.
But they can actually reverse it now.
You never know. You might find your queen. You might want to put 3 babies in.
I mean, you know what? I mean, listen. Like, I plan on having a son. I mean, like, I got live forever. But listen, I'm smart about my shit. Like, I'm a youthful dude still, so I got time. Just like God, but that decision, bro, you can, bro, even still, bro, you can find.
I got a lot of research to do on that because it is scary to have anybody put any type of sharp instruments anywhere near your junk. So that's that. Yeah. So it is a decision. It's a tough decision, but yeah, I might go down that road.
Is that from did you just reach a man? Fuck this shit, or is that where it really comes from? I mean, it got to come from that.
Come from what?
Man, fuck this shit. These hoes ain't shit. I gotta protect. Like, where does that actually come from?
For me, I can speak for myself. It comes from the simple fact that I was married. I had kids. Right after the marriage, I was like, I ain't getting married again. I talked before about a non-state sanctioned marriage and all of that shit. But I was just on some. Hey, I'm not. I don't want no more. It was just the simple fact I don't want no more kids. Just put it like that. Gotcha. I just came to that conclusion. I don't want no more kids, and so just.
You want to just fuck leisurely now?
Yeah, taking the preventative measures. And I have to worry about that. Young Jay in the building says colorism was heavy in sororities. The brown paper bag test. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah, them light skinned it AKAs, and Silent Lamont got your old Rico Suave looking ass out of here. elder barge, play cousin looking ass nigga.
Like I used to, you know what I mean? Like niggas used
Every
to always give
little
me, man, oh,
thing
you think
you
you're a
do.
pretty boy, da da da. I mean, so like I said, man, like I got that all my life, man. Like Crosby, and it's crazy. Like it never occurred to me about the colorism arguments years later, but remember the story I told? I was engaged and shit, and when I was with black chicks, now thinking about it, they were darker skinned, you know, usually, and she was a darker skinned female. Now when I look at her, all her boyfriends, they're all lighter skinned dudes. Like
You
maybe
don't
that's a
say.
coincidence. Maybe that's a coincidence.
Yeah, could be. All right. Who else got something they wanted to add? We've been sitting on something.
Well, I want to chime in and say, man, you know, I can't really speak on women's what's the word I'm looking for? Their preference, but I will say, man, being tall is the great neutralizer.
Yeah.
You can be dark skinned, you can be bright skinned, it really doesn't matter. You can be skinny as shit, man, like Snoop Dogg, and she still wants you because you're tall. And if you have big feet, being tall and having big feet equates to having, you know, an enlarged schlong, I guess you could say. So this is what I'm seeing in a lot of these women, man. It doesn't matter about being bright skinned or dark skinned. I don't really think that's really much of an argument anymore.
Yeah, Coach Ali's Corner in the building says I would buy fertility tests when I was dealing with chicks. Weird, but at least I knew the risk I was taking. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. I'm still tripping on that that 1 out of 3. I've heard it before. See, okay, it's a couple stats that I hear and I just push them out of sight, out of mind because it just sounds so unbelievable. That 50% herpes. That one is just so hard to believe.
Why is that hard to believe?
And that 1 out of 3 on the paternity test thing.
Why are you? But why are you struggling with that?
Man,
it's hard.
Even with all the fucking that's going on, that still seems too damn high.
It's true though, bro.
So? Imagine high school.
Yeah, and I'll throw another one out there. I don't think the 50% incurable STD rate. I think that was for Atlanta, Georgia. I don't think that's a national average amongst black women. I have to do more research on that. But some numbers say 33%. Some is as high as not 39%. That 1 in 3 men, 39% of men are not the biological father to children that their name is on the birth certificate. And for being a father myself, it was hard for me to digest. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to resonate with men who have children because it would hard for you. It would be hard for you to believe that you went and had a DNA test on your child and it wasn't yours. I'm gonna be honest with you. My brother, he does YouTube content.
That's like being raped as a man.
Yeah, I've had him on my show a couple of times, man, and I'm going to be honest with you. His daughter's mother had us all fooled. His daughter looked just like him, and she was taking him through the ringer so much, so he decided to have a DNA test pretty much out of spite. At 15 years old, he found out that child wasn't biologically his. And on the woman's part, he never recouped any of the money, and she walked away like, oh, well. Has destroyed a bond that a father has built with his child. And it was hard for him, man. He struggled with that a long time, man. And so, brothers, I implore brothers that do have children, do it early. As soon as that child's born, man, go and get you a DNA test, man, because you don't want to be on the hook for taking care of a child that's not biologically yours, getting yourself emotionally attached to a child that's not biologically yours, man.
And that right there, that's against your whole biological imperative, man. You fucking with a man's whole, like I said, that's equivalent to raping a woman. Like having a man raise a child that you done cucked. Come on, man.
Hey, Silent, I want to say this, and I'll let y'all have it. But
yeah,
it's a reason that Maury Povich has been on the air for over 30 years, man. You understand what I'm saying? This stuff is really happening in real time. It is more evident in the black community. You know,
and it's also the reason if Bernard, if that weren't true, women would not be fighting tooth and nail to keep that from happening.
Yeah. I remember this was a while ago. Turd Flinging Monkey did a little presentation on that. How somewhere they were trying to make it mandatory test. Every child that's born is a mandatory DNA test. and women fought against it. I don't know
Shocking.
where that was at. I don't think that was in the States. That was somewhere else.
See, that's why I'm pro-abortion, but
And
only
why
if
would
they
you
pay
think that
for it.
is, Bernard?
But but
Because
obvious
motherfuckers
reasons.
are
That
the
all
secrets of
points
truth.
back to the system. The only thing that men can do, what they're gonna have to do, is the same thing every civilization everywhere else has done all throughout history. When the laws that govern you no longer work for you, you have to fight to change it, whether it's politically or whether you got to lay it down and die for what you believe in. Is nothing different. It's
Hey,
the
we got
same story all throughout history. Hold up. And the reason why I can't, it's not that I care about bitches. Everybody that knows me knows my stance on all that. But we can't point the finger at them because it makes no sense when there's a system that's allowing them to do it. You have to go after the system that protect yourself at all times. That's not from wearing a condom. That's from having a system that is going to be in your favor and be fair. That's how you protect yourself at all times. Y'all got it.
Hey, in fairness for
hold
the
on,
chat,
real quick, Keith. Ji,
yeah.
if you got you know, we probably could set up a one-on-one. How should men fight the system? Because I mean, well, me and Zero have done the Zero versus feminism, but I don't know if you got different ideas on that. Send me an email because
Men are fighting the system by saying no. But
yeah, I know that's one
yeah,
way about it. But
that's
he's
one way.
talking about either taking a certain political action to try to fight it, and if that doesn't work, it sounds like he's on some by any means necessary shit.
you ain't got to do all that. That's the thing. You ain't got to do all that. All you got to do is nothing. Hey, nigga, all you got to do is starve the fucking system by saying no. You're already changing the fucking system by saying no. You already got CNN, all the birth rates. You already got K Jewelers. You affect, like, come on, man. The problem is people expecting to see shit happen overnight. This whole fucking universe is damn near imploded since MGTOW and all this men walking the fuck away. You are impacting many systems.
Yeah.
And let me be clear. I
women are
agree with that.
panicking
I
about
agree with
this.
that,
Hit my email, Ji, and
All right.
And let me say this really quickly for the chat, just for my communication. The reason that you see me cut people off sometimes is because of my conversation style. I don't do long diatribes like the rest of the brothers. I have quips and little observations that I throw in. So it's not necessarily that I cut off. That is my way of communication, if you will. I don't take 2 or 3 minutes to go on and on. I just throw in my little thoughts from time to time because I'm more of a conversationalist. So the chat understands. Roger that.
all right, Ji, hit my email. Hey, Rich, go ahead. Well, hold on, real quick. James Hudson in the building. He said the AABB and DNA test lab company released its findings in 1999 report. It states that 30% of the DNA paternity tests nationwide turn out negative. And like I was trying to say that maybe it's because those people who are getting tests, they knew it was in question, so that's why it's so high. But when y'all said that even with married people, it's shit is fucked up. Shit is fucked up. Shit, what did I say? Kip Bud? I don't Kif Bud. Oh, Kif Bud. I don't know. Okay. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. He says if your child looks like you, it doesn't mean it's yours. It means just she has a type. Ooh. Get a test. Damn, that's deep. It means you got a type. Damn, Mr. Shane Vicious. Crash the birth rate. That's the best way. Interesting. What else we had? Tank Johnson in the building with a super chat. He says, do you have to fight or just not participate? Yeah, that's what a lot of people leaning towards. The no participation. But you're still putting your dick in bitches. So I mean, it's like it's hard to make the don't participate argument. Now, if you participating but you still fucking them, but you're not getting them pregnant, shout out to Keith Lamont, Ramil, is brothers who getting pussy who are smart and know how to take all the preventative measures, and those men on average don't come up with kids that much. There's a lot of reckless Negroes out here who ain't thinking like how we thinking, who running up the numbers and got us all looking stupid out here. But NYC Song Man says, salute Bernard. Hey, silent, general, decent, diverse. Nate, babes in Dallas, please thinking of
Tank Johnson, just chill out, brother. We're all having a good conversation up here, brother. Nobody's tripping, man. Chill out, man.
Yeah. Everybody be cool. Be cool. Behave yourself in the chat. But all right, thank y'all for all those super chats. All right, J.I., go ahead. You got it.
All right, yeah. What I was saying was, to Keith's point, everybody up here is making good points, and I'm not saying that the first line of defense to fix the problem has to be, all right, everybody strap up, it's time to go to war. What I'm saying is, somebody said protect yourself at all times. What that looks like is having a system that's not set up to fuck you. All this other stuff, the wearing condoms, that's great. But and even protecting yourself at all times is men have financial abortion. See, this is the type of things that men are going to have to get to where the system, you don't have to be walking on eggshells and hopping from each little stone to the stone like in Temple Run, whatever, try hoping that you don't fall in because you know that once you do, it's over. No, it should be set up in a way that you have a fair chance and it's equal across the board. That is only the system can do that. There's nothing on an individual basis at all that's going to make those changes happen. And what men have to do is attack the system. If you want to walk away, however it gets done, I'm just saying that historically, this is no different than any other time and place where people have had disagreements. Once a system is put in place, a government that is not working for the people, we know what happens. The people rise up against it. It may come to that. The MGTOW thing may be enough. Walking away may be enough. We may be able to get it passed politically, but you have to go after the system. I'm just pushing back against Bernard's point of you got to start with the woman. It's not about
I
her.
wasn't saying you got to start with the woman. I just wasn't going to take my metaphorical foot off her neck and say that she's just excused because there's a system that exists.
Fair enough.
I'm going to,
because we're tracking everything you're saying. Yeah.
I'm going to call her a bad person, and that's just this is what it is. Because what they like to do, they like to use the arguments, even though you're using the argument in good faith, they like to use it in bad faith. And say that they're absolved of all fuckery.
Right. They're gonna use that shit as a wiggle out.
Yeah. That's what I don't like.
And that's the ears, and we're so used to that fuckery, J.I. That's the ears that we're hearing. All we're hearing is, oh, okay, you letting them bitches out. Okay. That's
not at all.
I mean, I know that's not what you're doing. I know that's not what you're doing. I'm just saying our ears, like, you get no fucking quarter here. None. Any fucking out that I will give you, you will take. So you get no fucking quarter.
Right. Abdul Jones, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. He says salute and good morning, Bernard. Peace to the chat. And my man Nick Penn in the building. He says women can keep pro-choice. However, once a child is born, the man gets 100% custody. This would force women to seek marriage before having children, and men would be careful of how many kids they had. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. J Rich TV, you was trying to get in, and I meant to go back to you. Go ahead, you got the floor.
Now I was just saying, man. Look, I'm pro-abortion, right? But like only on the basis that they pay for it, because it's their body, their choice until the check comes. We all know that. So, like the brother was saying about going up against the system, especially with what you highlighted earlier, Bernard, about them going against that mandatory DNA testing little act, whatever. Yeah, that right there, the fact that they'll go so hard to fight against that is just proof of who they really are. And yet we still ignore that. You know what I'm saying? We still don't take that type of shit serious.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna look that one up. And find out where was that at, where they were literally fighting against it. I'm not 100% sure if that was in the States. And you think,
hey man, you need some indica before you look up that report there, B?
Some what?
You need some good indica before you look that report.
I'm at the
Jamaican Lamont.
It's after 12 noon. I'm about to put a little something in here. But
But now they should pay for their own shit, man. It's their body, their choice. They need to pay for their own shit, and we need to exercise that in the system.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I wanted to say something, man, because
go ahead, grown man business. You got it.
Yeah, because I got to run, man. But you know, in today's society, man, we have to call a spade, man. And it's to the point that it would seem by the behavior of a lot of black women that they have forsaken black masculinity. Okay. And I just want to say that every time you attempt to hold Black women accountable, or you come to them with empirical data that states that they're at the bottom of the barrel, it's going to be that you hate Black women, it's hate speech, you're bashing, and all
Your
this other
mama
stuff.
black.
Yeah, you hate yourself. It's self-hatred. How do I hate myself? By calling out your bullshit.
Who hurt you, General? Hey, who
You know what I'm
hurt you,
saying?
General?
But exactly, it's always some shaming language. Once women start to understand that most Black men are speaking about this, they come from a place of understanding and trying to get you to, find your feminine position again. You know what I'm saying? And knowing now, Black women are beautiful when they know their natural position, what they are designed. Feminism has lied to a lot of Black women, okay? And so when you go to using whoredom as your empowerment and rationalizing whore behavior in this thought culture, then it's going to be a problem, and it's going to end up very badly for you. A lot of these women, man, it's a reason that the antidepressant industry is making millions and billions of dollars hands over fist. It's a reason that you see more Black women now smoking weed and drinking now more than ever, because externally they trying to present this happy persona, with their little, subliminal quotes of, femininity and all this other stuff. But
Dumbass
it's all
memes
a
and
lie.
Facebook posts.
It's a lie, man, because all you have to do, brothers, and I'm going to get out of here, but all you have to do is to go into some of these Black female spaces on YouTube, okay? And they preach the gospel of manipulation and deception in order to secure a man's bag. Nowhere in there do you hear them speak about being feminine and knowing your role to get a husband, and nurture a family. This is why, the degeneracy in our society and in the Black community is so high. We glorify everything that is dysfunctional, everything that is destroying us, is glorified. And it's because the lack of masculinity in the homes. Okay. And Brother Bernard, this is my first time up, man. I'm pretty sure it won't be the last.
Hey,
I
salute,
appreciate
G.
you for having me, man.
Definitely.
Y'all can come over there and holler at me, man. My channel has
I fuck
actually
with you,
grown.
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the support from all you brothers, man.
I just found, like I think I said it yesterday. I just recently found out about your channel. I've been hearing about it, but I finally went over there and binge watched a couple videos, man. So you definitely doing good work over there. So yeah, I'll be over there checking you out going forward. But yeah, thanks for coming up. And yeah, we'll email. We'll get together and do some.
Yeah, I left my email in the back chat, bro.
I saw it. Yep. Okay, cool.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one, bro.
Hey,
Peace.
you too. Hey, Bernard Hopkins, can you do me a favor, G?
You talking to me?
Hey, Bernard, nigga Keith, man.
Hey, I want you to do me a favor. Can you highlight Blexit's comment for me? I'm over here dying, nigga.
All right, hold on. Give me a minute.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
You know I gotta throw you a curveball, bro.
Gabe, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. He says salute to grown man business in the panel. And also said in the building, he says huge shout out to grown man business in the general. And I'm gonna try to find that comment, but I'm gonna pass it to General. He said nothing.
I'll read it out for you because I can't hold this shit no more. This shit is hilarious. My nigga Blexit the Communitized said Silence said he was light skinned. Where is the light skin? I just see a brown skinned dude, not light. Am I not pretty enough for you, nigga? Do you want me to vogue for you, nigga?
You didn't pass the paper bag test.
You want me to wait till you see my dick, nigga? What kind of nigga write some shit like that, nigga? That's some vaginal moist ass shit, nigga.
What's the high
I found my number one hater. Congratulations, bro. You win.
Your hair ain't curly enough and your eyes ain't quite green enough.
I mean, my eyes not light enough for you, nigga.
Eyes not green enough.
All right, General, you've been quiet for a minute, man. You got anything right now for us? General, while you're there, I think General been having some problems. Well, we gonna go ahead with.
Can I go real quick, Mark?
Who said that?
It's Nick Penn.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Nick. You got it.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? Yeah, thanks for having me on too, Bernard. Appreciate it. Yeah, I wanted to speak on that custody thing. I put that super chat up. So here's my idea. So I noticed that the issue is single motherhood and the child support, right? So, and then another brother was saying that we have to fix the system because that way the women wouldn't be able to use the system against us. And I agree. And here's what I think the solution might be. So I would say keep pro-choice, right? So the women can still have an abortion or use Plan B, whatever they want to do if they didn't want to have the child, right? And then once the child is born, the father automatically gets full custody. And they would determine that with a mandatory DNA test, right? Because that way, that would keep the men and the women in line because the women would know that, okay, if I have this child, custody is automatically going to go to the father. And then that would get rid of child support because then the father is 100% financially responsible. So he's incentivized to choose the right woman because he knows that, okay, I want this woman to be in my child's life. So that's going to incentivize him to choose the right woman. And then I really think that child support, everybody's always looking at the system from like a broke perspective. When you have money, for example, Future or whatnot, when you have money, you can use the system to have as many kids as you want with no penalty. Whereas if you got 100% custody, you would be 100% responsible.
He got a
But
hefty
that's
penalty
all I'm saying.
in child support. He got a hefty penalty in child support.
That's why child support came in, because that was the system before.
What do you mean if you got money, you can use the system to not... I mean, the more money you got, the more they're going to take. Which explain what you mean.
Well, in a sense, let's say you were 100% responsible for the kids, right? Now you can't just give your baby mom money and then go out there in the world and do whatever you wanted to do. Whereas if you were 100% responsible for the children, you would have to really take that responsibility into your own hands.
Yeah,
that's where the tender years doctrine came in. That's what you're talking about, is where the tender years doctrine came in.
Explain what you mean with the tender years doctrine. I forgot.
Before we have what we currently have, right? What would happen is, because men were the wage earners, men were the earners, right? Providers, right? If they chose to divorce their wives, they took the children. They just put the bitch out on the street.
Yeah. And so they changed that.
Exactly. So, Judge.
They came up with the, hold on, they came with wait a minute. So they came with the tender years doctrine to basically just say, no, the kid need to be with the mom during the tender years. And and also they need to be provided for. And then that's where the whole thing of, child support and alimony and all of that came in.
Yeah, so you're not so your plan takes resources out of women's hands, and that's not going to work. They're not going to do that. That's not going to
work. Now, Nick Penn, hold on, time out, Nick Penn. I do got to give you some pushback. It sounds like you're saying, hey, the system is good now. You can just pay you a little bit of money and then just high step and be on out your way, and you don't got to actually provide for your kids. I can't.
No, okay.
I don't like that.
When you
that sounds like bullshit.
He's right, Bernard. Because I just cashed a big old check, and I put the law offices of Caruth and Caruth on retainer.
You understand what I'm saying?
Gary Payton can explain to you some things about that.
No, Judge, I want to speak with
Hey, the first time they'll make you a killer deal.
Say, well, okay, so the man would get 100% custody, and he can just push the woman aside, right? Because he has 100% custody. I don't want to be with that woman. However, that would force women, and that's right. That would force women to be like, okay, I'm not going to have this child unless he marries me.
But they're not, again,
because then at that point, if he just ditched her, he would pay the money.
But again,
that would fix the system, if you ask me.
The point of what they're trying to do to affect essentially what you're saying is men's rights advocates or men's rights groups are trying to push default 50% custody. Therefore, nobody has to pay anybody anything. They just pay for the care of the child when it's in their custody.
Bingo. That's what I want. I mean, that's similar to what
I'm saying give the man 100% custody. Because then that would
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying again.
The woman is like, okay, if I have this child, he's going to
I understand what you're saying.
And he can kick me to the curb. So you know what? I'm not going to have any man child unless he marries me. Fix everything right there.
No, I understand what you're saying, but there's
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
History.
I think that would fix the whole system.
Hold on, wait, Nick Penn. Hold on, wait, real quick. Nick Penn, can you hear Judge? When Judge was talking, could you hear him? Nick Penn.
I don't think he can hear you
What's
either.
the last pin?
Nick, I understand. I understand what he's saying, but there's 120-year, if not longer, history of right because that's what it was before.
Can y'all hear me? I can hear y'all.
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear Judge, because Judge was trying to interject when he was talking, and y'all kind of just talked through each other. So he can hear you. I don't know if you can hear him.
Yeah.
So and he was explaining that shit. Say it again. What you were explaining? God damn it!
That's all I wanted to say, though. I can't
it's
hear y'all
exactly
through my
what he.
headphones for whatever reason, but that's all I want to say. Thanks for
All
having me
right,
up,
cool.
Bernard.
And anyway, the solution that he's providing was what it was already before. They're not going to strip the rights from these women for their heritage. That's not going to happen. That's not realistic.
Right.
Well, what's not realistic?
Of them stripping the rights from the mother of her parentage.
100%.
She's able to relinquish those rights, but they're never going to strip her rights.
Never say never. Never say never.
But I don't think that's what men want, though, my G.
For 120.
That's a good point, Tyler. I don't think men want it to be 100%.
Yeah.
I think most men want it to be fair. I think, as the judge mentioned, the MRA, he correct me if I'm wrong, the MRA, they're fighting for 50-50 joint custody with really no child support. You support the child when you got the child, and she supported when she got the child. And any little extra money that y'all do, if y'all exchange with each other is just extra money that y'all exchange with each other. But that's more.
I mean, niggas just trying to keep the government's hand out their fucking pocket. I mean, for robbery,
exactly.
man.
That's more or less what I ended up getting. I was fighting for FUA, but they gave me 50-50. So it's 50-50 on paper, and I'm cool with that. It's like a little small, tiny amount of child support to end up happening based off the little small amount of money that I made. More than her, but trust me, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's literally.
And Bernard, I ain't never heard none of you married niggas talking about fuck that bitch. I don't never want her to see her kid. Like I ain't never heard no dude say no shit.
Not like that. Most men want it to be fair. I did, and the lawyer kind of guided me towards let's fight for full custody and her having weekends. Just so if we lose and fall short with 50-50, then we'll lose and fall short with something that's actually fair that you really want. So I went in there fighting for full. It was okay if I got full custody, but I was happy with half and half.
And even if you got full custody, you still wasn't gonna be on no shit.
No, not at all. Not at all. And even right now with it being 50-50, I still look at her custody because I have them on her 50-50. On her days they supposed to be with her, I have them, but I'm good with that long as she ain't taking my money. So
I mean, niggas are more reasonable, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
J.I., I'm not arguing the efficacy of what I think that might do. I'm arguing again. They're not going to go against 120 years of case law.
Bernard, can I just explain real quick?
Well, I mean, the thing is, they don't really have to go against that. All they have to do is like stop robbery. Like, we don't have to go all the way to the fucking right. I mean, like,
no. What I was saying was the extended solution.
Okay, so check this out.
Go ahead.
Listen. If everybody understood right in the beginning that the man was going to get 100% custody, the woman would have to make a decision: am I going to have this kid, or am I going to get an abortion or use Plan B or whatever birth control method? I'm not saying take the choice away from women. I'm not saying your
logic is wrong.
That would
get we're not
because look, wait. So there's still a chance. Okay, so a woman is like, okay, I have this guy's kid. And
hey Bernard, I remember I said I wanted kids. Fuck that shit.
Wait. There's still a chance I can get some child support, right? And I'm going to have that extra income source, and everything will be fine. However, if the government was like, no, the man is 100% custody and it's his financial responsibility, no child support, then at that point, the woman would just be like, okay, if I have the child, it's going to be his anyway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that is going to be harder to get, honestly, than financial abortion.
But
you ain't never gonna that ain't never gonna fucking happen. I see financial abortion happening when you have men pulling out the system, taking dollars out the system, and then that system is hit, and then they're gonna say, okay.
I'm so confused by that. Financial, I'm so confused by it. What does that mean?
Well, let me explain. Hold on, let me explain what it is. All it is, because it's not complicated. A woman, for any reason at any time during her pregnancy, can end it because she wants to for whatever reason. Men should have the right, because they don't have any rights once she's pregnant, to financially abort, meaning he's basically just a sperm donor. He cannot be taken legally. He doesn't have any rights to the kid, and he can't be hit for child support or any money. That's all it is.
And let me add on up to us. I do think it's fair up to a certain time period, because that time period should allow for a woman to be able to make that decision to abort. Like, you can't say, "Hey, bitch, month 8.5, fuck you." Now, I don't think that's fair, right?
Okay, so you're saying that would incentivize. So you're saying the woman is like, okay, he did financial abortion, therefore I'm not going to be able to take care of this kid myself, therefore I'm getting an abortion now. Whereas
and the reason
in place.
Hold on, let me lay it out.
In place makes it so
because she's allowed to abandon. She's allowed to financially abort after the child's born. She's allowed to abandon it or put it up for adoption without seeking the biological father's permission.
Which I think is fair, but I'm not such an asshole where I don't understand that I do need to give her enough time to make a decision, because I still need to give her a decision if she want to make an abortion. She still need that fair option to know, because I think within a few months or whatever, that's enough time for a nigga to say, okay, I thought about it. Nigga, if you ain't made your decision by then fuck you.
No. But
can I jump in? Wait. This financial abortion thing is men off the hook, though. The financial abortion thing gets men off the hook. They can just have all these kids. And
hold on. Why are you looking at it that's such a vaginal lets men off the hook? Like, that's such an elementary vaginal thought process.
See, mine wouldn't let men off the hook, though. See,
why are we looking at this as letting somebody off the hook?
Yes,
you're talking about becoming. What do you mean off the? Why? Hold on. Why are you looking at children? Remember when Bernard, when I was saying that little loophole, motherfuckers not having children, out of love, and they want to build a family. A child is just something you get on the hook for. This is the problem.
Wait. So let's say I have 4 or 5 kids, right?
Mm-hmm. And then no. I want you to address that thought process, brother. Think about that.
I'm just going to do financial abortion.
You're already starting off wrong, Nick. You're already starting off wrong.
Okay, let's say
that you have 4 or 5 babies' mothers. Let's say that you have 4 children by a person, by a up to 4 to 5 babies' mothers. Let's say you have up to 4 women who chose to become pregnant and take the baby to term. That's where, like I said, you've already started off wrong, because pregnancy is controlled and dictated by the women. My body, my choice.
Yeah, it's only about equality, Nick Penn. It's not about anything else other than equality. Women have the power right now. Pregnancy affects men's life just as much as it affects women's. Even though we don't carry the child, it affects us just as much. Men deserve a right to abort. Now, the financial abortion time frame.
You're never gonna get it, and there's one
even
reason.
If she steals the semen.
They said the same thing about slavery. They said niggas will never be free. They said we never have a black president. They say all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so what happens if we do the financial abortion thing,
right? That's mindset.
Hold on. I'll answer the question. I'll answer the question on the financial abortion.
You let me explain.
We never invent this.
Hold on. Let him ask it though.
Hold on. The niggas that say stuff like that have a defeatist mindset, and they don't want to work hard to see it done.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't like those type of points. But what was your question, brother? What was
do it?
Okay.
What was the brother asking the question about the financial abortion? You were asking a question. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I was like, okay, let's say I had 4 or 5 baby moms. I wanted this. Look, I don't have no dick control, right? So I'm just spreading my seed all around. I have no intent for paying for any of these kids. Who's going to pay for it?
The woman. And if she doesn't, she'll go to jail like the man would.
Okay, so you're saying that if she chose, she chose to sleep with him,
she chose to have it.
Okay,
I say if the woman can't pay for the kids, let the woman and the kids starve off and die.
Yes,
like that. That's what it is.
Well, to answer your question,
see the difference between mine. See, mine has a fail-safe.
No, listen,
the fail-safe is the problem.
Listen. Do you understand my philosophy?
Yeah, yes, we do. And I have an easy answer to your question. I have an easy answer. It's an easy answer. Them niggas ain't got no problem saying, "Hey, I don't want to be involved." Do you really think it's brothers? Them brothers are out there like, yeah, I promise to be, Cliff Huxtable, right? And then like these bitches are tricked. Like this is the mind frame you're coming from, as if the women don't have any agency,
Right.
as if people aren't participants. Everyone knows exactly what they're fucking doing. There is no he got me. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. Okay, let's stop this game of pretend.
I've slept with enough women to know if she doesn't make you wear a condom, that bitch wants a baby.
Nick
Come
Penn,
on, man.
No, Nick Penn. Let me just say this.
Matter, though.
Your solution works. Nick Penn, your solution works if a nigga if a nigga walks up and says, "I demand that you have my baby, bitch."
Right.
Your solution works.
Even then,
no, she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to.
No, I understand that.
Nick Penn, why are you trying to save the babies and the women? Why are you trying to save their ass?
No. Listen,
And to be honest, those situations, let's just call it what it is. That's the bottom 5% of deranged, low IQ people. Poor, low. See, again, the lowest common denominator. I ain't talking about the lowest common. What if again, that's why I say it always dissolves into the neckbeards living in their fucking basement. That's not what the majority of what's happening. Really, what's happening is
the issues was the single motherhood.
Hold on, real quick.
Hold on. Didn't you say single motherhood?
I want to wait a minute. Can you hear me? All right.
Yes.
So with something that Archer said, Archer said, Nick Penn, why are you trying to save the women and the babies? There's nothing wrong with trying to come up with a workable idea or system that will help before they go and get pregnant. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand after somebody has fucked up their life, they got a bunch of kids by a bunch of men, and the niggas ain't shit and whatever. Then it kind of, I understand that it is what it is approach, but the general spirit of what Nick Penn is trying to do is not wrong. It's whether or not, and I understand what Judge was getting at. I think Keith said that we will get financial abortion before something like that will actually work. That may be true. To go from women getting the kids 93% of the time to when a child is born, 100% of the custody goes to the dad. Like, yes, I think that would be a great thing, and I think it will work, and it would help society and probably save the community.
How would that affect the birth rate?
I don't know. I didn't know anybody said that it's going to affect the birth rate.
Yeah, we weren't talking about the birth rate.
I mean, the birth rate.
Hold on now. Hold on. You're going to confuse things. You're introducing a new thing.
Let him. No, I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I just lost my train of thought. But the birth rate is the birth rate is incentivized by the government. The government wants women to have babies. That's why they create these laws that favors the women in these custody battles, because they want the women to have the children. They don't want a populace with a whole bunch of aging people and not a young workforce to come in and replace them. Therefore, the government's not gonna be in favor of a lot of these things you guys are proposing if it affects the birth rate in a negative way, which it just might if women lose all of the incentive they have to have children.
But my argument to that, brother, is men pulling out of the system has already impacted the birth rate. They're already talking about the negative birth replacement rate. There's already a problem. That's why they're already changing laws in the South about abortion, because they're afraid of the birth rate. I mean,
they're not going to legislate laws.
Do you see how that would? I'm telling you, look, a woman would be like, look, if I have this kid, by law, the man is going to get 100%. Nobody's arguing your logic. So it's like, how is that female logic?
He said nobody's arguing your logic. Now, you can call it female logic.
Okay. So I'm saying is, look, then that would make women think twice. They're like, okay, if I have the kid, it's going to be 100% his anyway, so I might as well get an abortion if I don't want to be with him. That's my thing. And then it would get rid of single motherhood, because it's like, okay, now there is no single mother, because, okay, you're a father, you get 100% custody. Oh, you can't take care of your kids? Now either DIFA steps in or whatever would step in, or the mother can step in at that point and take care of the kids.
What I'm about to say, Nick Penn, should illustrate for you why you're getting pushback. Okay. I actually do think it will work if that when boys turn 14, give them a vasectomy and they can just get it reversed when they get married. I think that will solve all the problems.
Say it again, Say it one more time.
When they turn 14, give them a vasectomy and they can go and get it reversed whenever they choose to get married. That will solve all the problems. However, However, mandatory vasectomies on 14-year-old boys will never happen, just like the shit that you're saying.
Hey, but you're forgetting about something, Bernard. Bernard, you're forgetting something, bro.
Unless with some JI type shit. JI is talking about some by any means necessary shit. So unless some shit like that happen for revolution, then what you're proposing is not.
How is that not realistic though? I don't understand how given.
Hold on, let me hop in there.
Because the people who make the laws would have to literally look women in the face and say, fuck you. And what you want,
right.
You're giving your baby to the man if you have it. They will never do that.
Now how? No, but the woman so has choice though.
That's the point. The women, in those cases, the women are going to choose not to have the baby. If that's the case.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, but real quick before you move on, Bernard.
You're missing a flight of stairs, Nick Penn. Yes, if they did look at the women and say, fuck you, if you have a baby, the baby belongs to the man. If they did do that, the woman would think twice about whether or not she's going to actually carry that baby to term. She's going to think twice about whether or not she's going to get pregnant. And exactly, that's what they don't want that. Two, they not going to fuck over women. They do everything right now in favor of women. So
you're missing the point. They want the women to have the babies.
No, I get that. I get that part. But
they will have the babies with financial abortion. But you missing something, Bernard.
The courtroom, like fucking Helm's Deep. That shit ain't gonna happen. It's gonna take literally civil war to take.
And civil wars happen all throughout time.
I know. That's why I alluded to what you said. And
they're not gonna let you slaughter America's women, especially America's white women.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Hold on. It wouldn't be America's women because women would not rise up to fight men. They would not do that. It would be the men that are not willing to say this that men would fight against. They're not going to be fighting against women in the streets. Women follow the power. All this, we're equal and whatever. No.
It'd be a red pill, blue pill war in the streets.
Yeah, there it is. That is.
That is literally what it is. But it's not unique. People keep thinking about it like it's unique. It's happened all throughout history in every group and time. When conflicting ideologies meet, you fight, and the winning side that gets to, do it how they want to do it. It would not be a war against women. Women are going to follow whatever the laws are. They might not like it. There's going to be a period of where they bitch and post about it. But guess what? Couple months, whatever, they will slide into it because that's their nature. This is the new how it is now, and they will fall in line.
Kill the men, rape the women, subjugate the children. That's how it
works.
Basically.
If it gets to the point of a bloody war, no, they're not going to fight.
Hey, I feel good about my odds. It's going to be us real niggas versus a bunch of cheddar bobs.
It's going to start out as a political war, and they will fight that political end of it. When they get to a by any means necessary war, that's when they more than likely
that's when they're going to sit down and be like, all right, y'all got it. They're going to have that seat. So be like, y'all were right.
Bernard, I do have a pushback on something you said earlier, though.
I'm going to you next, Judge. So, in other words, for Nick Penn, in order for what you're saying to actually work, we're talking about a lot of blood in the streets. Like that's so. I don't think you understand the gravity of what you're suggesting.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah. Yes, it would logically check out if that law would change. It would change the way people operated. But the amount of blood that would have to be in the streets in order to get that law to change is something that
you see what I'm saying, Bernard? It's just idea I had. I'm not thinking about it. Wait, see, you know more about this than I do. That's just the first thing that came
that's why Thanos needs to come and snap half of these hoes back into the kitchen.
Hey, look,
y'all playing, but I will be riding with Thanos. I will be riding with Thanos. Let's get it done.
All right, Judge, you was trying to get in.
Okay, it's not about this. I'm gonna make a little bit of turn here. You turn back. You were saying about those what you had said about those paternity tests, right? Those are from dudes who expected like some who had the expectation of the child not being theirs, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you were talking about the paternity, Bernard.
I was reading the super chat. I can't read and hear at the same time. What'd you say?
Okay, you were saying those 30% for the paternity tests, right? That was because there was an expectation that the child wasn't going to be the father's, right?
Right. That's what I was assuming.
Now, let me explain to you how this came about and how this came to prominence in the news. this came about in
Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off, Judge Bernard. Don't drop me down. I'm gonna walk my house real quick, so I'll be in the back silent real quick, man.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead, Judge.
That came to prominence, right, was in the 80s and early 90s. In the 80s and early 90s, what came to prominence was how it came to prominence was the CDC and hospitals saying that the findings were coming out that a lot of children that were going into the hospital that required blood transfusions, blood donations, or organ donations, their fathers weren't a match for them, which is biologically impossible.
Damn, so that's how they was finding out that the shit was
that's how this came to prominence. That's why these DNA companies, these paternity companies sprouted up. It wasn't about initially that. It was about it, that's how it came to prominence.
Oh wow.
That in the mid to late 80s, early 90s, then these companies started popping up to where, because of articles that were coming out that way. It wasn't even like what I'm saying. So that delineator that you're utilizing,
you're saying that sparked it off. You're saying that could have sparked this whole thing.
Well, no. What I'm saying is these fathers weren't under any.
They weren't under suspicion that their kid wasn't theirs.
Exactly.
They just came in just hoping to do a blood transfusion to probably save the kid's life, and found out, oh shit, goddamn, this ain't my kid. That's crazy.
The kid needs a kidney. Kid needs needs a lobe liver. Kid needs some donated blood because fell off the monkey bars, cracked the head, whatever. You know what I mean? Broken arm, that type of thing.
Damn, the monkey bars.
And they started and the nurses and the doctors had to have uncomfortable conversations with parents.
That's wild. All right. Kif Bud. I'm tripping. Kif Bud says women should serve to man/men a notice of pregnancy within the 3 months of conception date. The man should have 60 to 90 days to financially abort. Interesting. Black Uru Strike says, J.I. might appreciate this. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson.
That's true.
Yeah. J.I.
Well, yeah, but that's an easy statement to say. That's an easy statement to say from the back of the fucking from the back of the echelon.
Listen, nobody's saying anything about easy or that it would be easy. The reality remains, and all that quote really means is that times change, people change, society changes, and even if you start something, it's like getting your wheels aligned on your car. You may start out right, then over time, due to this or that or whatever, things get off track, and hey, you gotta get things back on course. And sometimes, in order to get a society back on course, because everybody has strong beliefs that govern them. And really, ideology is not even about right and wrong. It's just about belief. At the end of the day, certain outcomes may be more desirable than others, but even that is subjective. So how you get to the bottom of it, once the breakdown and the balance fell, blood has to be shed. That's just the cycle of society, honestly.
I'm not necessarily.
I know that you're not pushing back against that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's by the author of the quote. Like, yeah, but that's real easy to say. Yes, you were at risk, but you weren't a frontline fighter.
No, yeah, I see what you're saying on that. Vision, thank you for that super chat. It kind of lost me. It was a couple. Oh no, Black Uru. Oh wait, no, that Black Uru already dropped that one right there. Thanks, Black Uru. Appreciate that. Visions came through. He says black women in the West are tools to suppress black men by the system that hates you, black man. And yes, Thanos is listening. Yeah,
it's not about hate. It's about class.
Yeah, well, I normally do. When Vision and Hammer they go on weird rants, and I'd be like, y'all like 17 and a half years old, just be.
Yes, they do not want you to rise because they want you permanent lower class. Yes, that is true. It's not hate, though. I'll actually say it's malice, but it's still not hate.
It's debatable. Once we get to
It's
that level, we're
justified
playing with
malice.
words. We're playing with words at that point, and it's a semantics issue. But the point overall remains the same.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think they suppress black. I don't. Black women don't suppress black men. They can do. They can do when it come to the kids.
They
Yeah, they do the
divide them.
fucking.
I think James Hudson actually provided my citation.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't go that far with the argument. We black men are being oppressed by black women. Like, I think when you go that far, you walking too far off a cliff for me. I don't know.
They're being divided by black women.
No. He said that black women are tools
Yes.
to suppress black, and that is true because
Yes.
the system empowers them to do what it is that they do, and they understand that by them doing what they have done for being allowed to do, it has destroyed the black family, and we can
Yes.
look and see
Well,
the
look, the
changes over
system
time.
is neutral.
So they
The
are
system
tools.
The system doesn't respect skin tone. The system is just
They
a
are
system.
taking understand, they're taking the best deal for them. It's not the best deal for their children, and
Right,
it's not the
it's for
best deal
them.
for the community or this segment of society as a whole, but it is the best deal for them.
Okay,
Right.
well let's apply the logic. So are white women in the West? Okay, I'm just gonna plug white women in. White women in the West are tools to suppress white men by
Yes.
the system
Yes.
that hates
The
men.
same way. Now it's not to the same degree because due to our places in society, from we all know the past. It's not as bad for them yet, but it's getting there. That's why MGTOW exists. It's rising slowly, and yes, they are tools to suppress the men. The government wants the women to be in charge because the government understands that women cannot protect themselves, but
Yes.
women can vote. So as long as we can get women to vote, the government will be the strong arm to
Yep.
keep the government going and to keep these policies in place because they understand that once men get sick of it, it leads to civil war. So men that
Okay,
are broken are less likely to fight back than men that are doing well. So the system breaks
Bernard,
men, so they're both tools.
okay.
in less than 5 years, they've eliminated the gold digger.
What do you mean?
How did they do that?
The digger is no longer a victimizer, she's a victim.
The gold
Well,
digger
me
is
too.
not a victimizer; she's a victim. How so? I
Me
must have missed.
too.
He's saying how the ideology is changed.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the significance of that?
All of these 26, 27, 28-year-old children who use sex in exchange for goods are taken advantage of.
Somebody said, what's the significance of it? It's
There's
the
no such thing.
mindset.
There's no such thing as a gold digger. There's no such thing as a woman stepping out in infidelity in her marriage. She still gets half.
Right. The man must have done something. This is the significance because the mindset that's attached to it. Once you stop calling things bad that are bad and you start making the victim the bad person in the situation, and we see that ideology change, we get things like Me Too. That's the significance of it. Now we have things where men are being taken to child support court. It's proven that the child's not theirs and they're still stuck
Yes.
paying child support. That's the
Yes.
significance of it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
When
an
these
error.
social
Yeah.
ideals change, what man believes to be real is real in its consequences. So when these social ideals change, it trickles down and trickles up into our government and our policies, and it trickles down into everybody's everyday lives.
There are
That's why these
14
things are
states.
powerful.
There are 14 states where if that child is born in a marriage situation, it is automatically the husband's child, whether the biology matches or not.
Automatically. These things are evil. These are things that you used to be stoned for. It used to be so intolerable. The punishment was death because it was understood how horrible it is. We've drifted away from that. Now, I'm not saying we should just be stoning women again. I'm not saying bringing that back, but
Why not?
correction is needed. Well, I mean,
Why not?
listen. If it gets there, it gets there. We differ in how we would
Y'all
fix it,
wild, man.
but we agree that it needs to be fixed. This is serious. And
Well,
once
mandatory
men,
DNA test, that
my
would fix
theory,
that, right? Wouldn't that mandatory DNA test, wouldn't that fix all that right there?
well, we can differentiate between what we think would fix it. I mean, there's different ways to do it, different ways to
Because
skin a
how can you
cat.
make that? How can you see? Look, you see prevention. So if you do the mandatory DNA test, then there's no
Your
way
mic
that could
is
have happened.
breaking up real bad, man.
Yeah, your mic breaking up real bad. But to the point that Vision made, if you drop black men and black women, I can follow the logic of the argument because it is a man versus women are
Yeah,
used.
take the race out of it.
Yeah, take the race out of it, and
But it is
Y'all
worse for
still
black
breaking
men,
up?
Bernard, for obvious reasons. It's worse for black men. Like what do they say, blacks get the flu, everybody else gets a cold. It's worse for our community. All the effects are always worse and exacerbated for us. But yeah, you can take the race out though, and it's still true.
All right, all right. Des James, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate. I mean, the cash app. Appreciate that. We're gonna go to Black Urud and SKC, and I was planned on 3 hours today, so we're gonna be wrapping it up real soon. So, Black Urud, go ahead. You got it.
Well, if you don't mind, I wanted to push back on something that Judge Zilla said with respect to Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence.
Yes.
Had the British won the Revolutionary War, make no mistake, Jefferson would have been the first or second person hung by King George.
I acknowledge this, Jay. I heard me acknowledge this. I think
Because
Bernie heard me
so
acknowledge
I think Jefferson, in his own way, obviously he was not a warrior of the class of his peer George Washington, or I guess maybe even more so his mentor. But yeah, he was definitely a brave man, and definitely would have paid the price.
But again, the only thing I'm saying is again, it's easy for the guys at the back, right? It's easy for the guys at the back of the line to scream charge.
Well, I mean that I don't know how easy or difficult it is. I think Jefferson was making an historical point, regardless of
I understand that.
Regardless of his own personal position in history. The fact of the matter is, and to back up what J.I. was saying earlier, there are points in the history of mankind when at some point to effect a major and righteous change, some people, must die. I mean, liberty is a product of a few brave men fighting, bleeding, and dying for the majority of the other people, maybe including a Jefferson, to live comfortably and free.
Again, the sentiment of the quote, I do not disagree with. I may disagree a bit with who it's attributed to.
Right, and I think I understand why.
And their level of risk versus those
but going back to
the level of risk that they're willing to risk.
Right, going back to the discussion, a lot of what exists is based on a lot of very precarious and I might argue, I'm not an attorney, so take that as far as it's worth, but a lot of very precarious and dubious law or regulation. I mean, what is for example, the tender years doctrine? What's the real science that backs that?
There wasn't any.
So you have exactly. So you have all of our lives, all of the fortunes and dictates of our lives are predicated on some feminist whim. And that.
Well, I take that back. I actually take that back. That because of nursing, right? Because so the only thing that was basically predicated upon was nursing, nursing and the ability to
nursing
nurse
in the modern world, where a very high percentage of children are of newborns receive artificial substance.
Yeah,
we're not talking about 1902.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why you can't argue the tender years doctrine now.
Exactly. So I mean, if you want to take on some of what's going on of the status quo, you take on the tender years doctrine. Like I said, it's obviously some very dubious, if not legally unsubstantiated regulation or source of regulation, you take
it's not
that
used
on.
anymore. It's supplanted to the best interest of the child, I believe.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you take down the tender years doctrine upon which that is based, then you take out the foundation of what you just said, and then at that point, it becomes a matter of who has the greater economic support, which is what existed previously, which is why men typically receive primary or sole custody, because they were better able economically to take care of the children.
I will also say this: it's not just MRAs that are pushing default 50% custody. It's also feminists pushing ERA.
Yep.
Well,
the feminists, the ERA, the ones that are pushing the ERA, they are technically oddly enough, allies at this point, because they.
But those are real feminists, not
allies with a feminist.
No,
well,
no,
there's different types of feminists.
Those are real feminists, i.e., egalitarians versus positional feminists.
They believe that everything should be 100% equal. That's the actual true feminist position, or that's what it should
versus
be.
these fake feminists who just want to go off their mood swings.
Yeah, I'm a true feminist.
female...
I believe it should be truly equal across the board, which is why men should have financial abortion. It should be completely fair. I'm completely fair down the middle. Our law just doesn't reflect that.
Excuse me, Suge Riley.
What?
Suge Riley.
Hell no.
I didn't say that. I don't.
You know I ain't shit. Hey, listen, I'm about to hit the gym. I just wanted to say thank you. But it's my core day, and I got to get that in so I can continue to fuck these hoes to sleep, although with protection. And Blexit, my nigga, just for you, because I'm a nice guy, I'll upload a picture that will properly accentuate the outline of the complexion of my nuts in your mouth.
And any content creator that want to be a star, is tired of the executive producer dancing in the videos, come to the manosphere. Bernard Rock.
Hey, peace to the panel, peace to the chat room. Hey, y'all stay on y'all purpose, keep getting it, man. Salute.
All right, man.
But
all right, all right, go ahead.
I was going to say on the point of financial abortion, I really wish the manosphere would actually take an active and deliberate role in trying to bring that issue forth legally and put some actual financial resources and legislative energy behind that.
I would rather that real quick. I would rather that push be for 50-50 joint custody, and we would have some women as allies with that. The feminists that are pushing for the ERA, and because the other type of feminists are going to fight against them. The show that Obsidian used to reference a lot was called Miss America with Phyllis Schlafly. She was fighting against the ERA.
Oh yeah, I was watching a little bit of that.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was real good. It was real good.
That's a whole
as long as they can still,
it's a whole different thing. But either way, as far as the Black Manosphere getting active and pushing for stuff, and yeah, give me some time. Give me some time. But yeah, that's definitely something that I think that we should take up. But
Phyllis Schlafly's a petition feminist.
Yeah, no, she is. Yeah. I agree. I agree. She is a feminist. Shout out to Zero for pointing that out. She was using it under the guise of fighting for families, but she was fighting for the against the ERA because she knew that they would lose privileges if the ERA went through, and a lot of those privileges.
She's that feminist that says, well, women should be managers at a water treatment plant. Women should be managers because they can't do the work on the ground floor.
Feminists owe Schlafly a great debt for what she did, because basically she saved them from themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, because the feminists, the true believers, feel like we can compete 100% with men, so let's make everything 100% equal.
And the vast majority of women know that's absolute bullshit.
But they should have it. It should be equal. It should be absolutely equal.
That's why the feminist true believers will ultimately be on our side if we start pushing for 50-50 joint custody. But financial abortion, you'll be standing alone fighting for that one.
Hey,
But
it wouldn't be the first time, man. It wouldn't be the first time.
Well, I
And
mean, you
these
got
and
abortion,
and you
not
that was up, then
you
you
got
think,
abortion not by a legislative act, but by
and,
a judicial decision. And just as
and
you
you
can
know
get
what
a judicial
I'm gonna
decision
say.
to get physical abortion, you could very well get financial abortion through the same
yep.
means.
But you can't elevate. But you can't elevate finance. You can't elevate finance. Family courts to Supreme Court.
See, you know what I'm gonna say about all of this, Ji.
All this is made up. We can do whatever people are willing to die to do. Huh?
Because
Oh, go ahead.
at the end of it, I think a more extreme measure would fix 90 to 95% of all of these issues
Do tell.
really easily. We talked about it before, Ji.
Oh, I know. Go ahead.
People want to have their personal relationships, and they want to handle it in whatever that way that they want. Fine. But if your relationship isn't sanctioned with the state, you get no court play at all. You get no welfare at all. You get no school at all. You handle all of that junk on your own.
Now, I agree with SKC's only because his is a blanket that includes financial abortion because it means she can't use the state to get any money out of you. SKC's point, for those of you that don't understand, is
Neither can you. Neither
right.
can you. None
Men
of those individuals.
don't get
If you
child support like that.
if you want to have your relationship outside of the sanction of the state, fine,
Right.
cool. But you get no benefits of what the state provides at
Yeah,
I
all.
can agree with that.
You're saying effectively an extension of not signing up for selective service.
Pretty much, except with marriage instead of selective service. That's what it's talking
Prior to the Great Society, that's how the welfare system worked. You would have to be, a woman would have to be married to be able to obtain certain kinds of survival support if she had been, let's say, abandoned by a
That's
husband.
right. No
From
housing,
the government,
no
because
food stamps,
the other avenue, the other avenue was the
health
church.
care, no free school for your kid, none of that stuff.
Yes,
I'm with it.
That's the way it. That's the way it was. That's the way
No
it was.
food
And those who
braces.
fell outside of that had to go seek other means, like the church or family members.
Now, if you want to sanction your relationship with the state, then you sign that there are certain sets and laws that you are going to have to go by, whether your relationship lasts or it doesn't. That way, it's all on the books.
But that's again, that's to my point, because there's 120 or more years worth of judgments, laws, and positioning and doctrine that has gone to going the opposite way of that.
Look, it was
And
400
again,
years of slavery.
And again, it's my position. It's a position that we are one generation away, if at worst 2 generations away from universal basic income. So I think it's a pipe dream.
It won't be that long. I mean, the way things
UBI
are
is
going
coming.
now, we're
UBI
almost at UBI.
So if you have UBI, if you have UBI, it eliminates this, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're on that
because you have a UBI that's based upon your household. It's based upon what somebody's going to get for children under 18, what they're going to get for themselves, and what they're going to get as a family. So.
But from everybody that I've heard, I haven't heard anything I would say that would be a negative in that situation.
No, I mean, the only, and I was saying negative about what you propose is the likelihood of being able to get it through. That's really, because that would require legislative decisions that, based on the current makeup of the electorate and the trending of the demographics of the electorate, getting that through legislatures would be. I mean, you may have to go. You may have to go
sell it a different way.
Route,
you would have to sell it to those individuals as you're giving them freedom.
But I don't think most people really want that type of freedom. I mean, I think in the world where people are getting, $1,200 stimulus checks and
I understand that. But what you would do, you would sell it.
That's not even the mentality.
Under the guise of
You would sell it under the guise of the school system is failing you and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. You should homeschool your kids. And all you need to do is sign up and do this. We're pulling the state away from your relationship. The state should not be in your relationship.
What percentage of the people who are, let's say, of your lower status are capable or in any way willing to accept the notion of homeschooling children?
Oh, easy. What you do?
But what you're missing is taking away all the benefits unless there's an actual marriage where there's structure, where there's family, where there's this, where there's that. That's going to make people make better decisions towards a marriage, towards family, towards structure.
There it is.
Trying to sell it. What he's talking about is the roundabout way that you're going to sell it to them. But even if they accept it, even if they go with it, what it's going to incentivize getting married. It's not to incentivize them homeschooling. That's just going to be what you're going to end up having to do. And they don't want to do that. So they're going to think, damn, if I'm going to have kids, I need to make sure that my ass is married. I need to make sure that I got something, even if we get a divorce, I'm assuming under SKC's plan, they would still be able to reap some benefits after a divorce, correct?
Correct. So first you would need to put that joker on the books with the state. And then now the state can set all sorts of laws and stipulations and the whole nine.
But if you're just out there reckless, then you're on your own. It's law of the jungle.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the argument. That's what he's putting out there.
No, I mean, I see how it would work. Where I struggle is being able to get the legislative support for it.
Yeah, that's the hurdle with a lot of stuff, and then we talk about it long enough, we're gonna end up with JI's method where we just gotta storm it like Helm's Deep and put some blood in the streets.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is.
All right, yeah, we gotta wrap it up and end it right there.
Can I get my closing statement? I'll hop off.
All right, yeah, go ahead. This is JI got the closing statement no matter what, because I got to hop off and get the hell up out of here. So whatever JI say, that's gonna be the last word, and we out.
All right, and Bernard, I emailed you, and thanks for having me. Great work, man. Your channel's growing, setup's great. Listen, guys, what I'm saying to the original topic, which was can black men and can black women co-parent effectively? The answer is no, because of the system that is in place. No matter what you do, the system, okay, which is greater than any one person or one relationship, is set up in such a way that the woman can undermine the man. Things are out of order. I only propose equality. Attack the system. You got to write the system and fix the system. And sometimes, if it can't be done politically, sometimes you got to lay it down. That's just what it is. It's human nature. It's been that way since the beginning of time. You might have to lay it down in order to set things right. That's just part of being a man. It's just one of the burdens. But all right, that's it. Thanks for having me.
That said, we out of here. J Rich TV, you ain't said nothing in a while, but I got to get the hell up out of here. But definitely come back. We went sharing the mic with you, brothers. But so I got you next time you hop on the panel. But with that said, fellas, we are up out of here. Peace.